Yes, I'm your boy Boogotti NYC, and this is H+OUR Bottom Line. How everybody doing this morning? How everybody doing? First of all, I want to really say, ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody's gonna hold me down. Oh no, we got to keep on moving. As long as he gives us another day, y'all, they cannot put any obstacles in front of us that we can't get past. No matter what, y'all already know how we do around here. How everybody doing this morning? Let me know how my audio sounding right now. Just want to make sure that you guys can hear me, because I really feel that we need to put out a strong message today. First of all, get ready for a good show. That's one thing you need to get ready for. Also, guess what? We all blessed and too blessed to be stressed up in here. Want to give a big shout out to every single person that's in here. Miss Swans, I see Shannon, I see Audrey, Mark, Winter, Batty Lynn, everybody else who's not even showing up in the chat yet. But guess what we got to do? We got to get those prayers in the air. I want to pray for strength. I want to pray for understanding. I want to pray for power. I want to pray for togetherness. I want to pray for strength through adversity. I want to pray for good health. I want to pray for miracles, and I want to pray for good things for every single person that is here. I want to pray for my family as well as the animals. I want to pray for who now? Winter Rising, Mark Dorfman. We got to pray for Batty Lynn. Of course, we got to make sure Miss Swans is in there for real with those prayers today. My brother Sam Champion. How you doing, my brother? Audrey, 420, Miss Keisha, Rebecca, Lanyen Bueno, and Batty Lynn. Making sure we get those prayers in for you. Okay, who else we got up in here? Who's that? Amanda. Okay, oh, Amanda, don't what? Oh, don't know, don't need. Oh, don't need to. Okay, Audrey, Sam Champion, Rebecca Lanyen Bueno, myself. I got to make sure I'm prayed up too as well to make sure I do this show right. And God, walk with me on this one, because we got a good one lined up. Also want to pray for Sam. I want to pray for Jeffrey Spilker, Mark Dorfman, Liberty and Justice. Can't forget about Casey Ramos and the entire clique that's always here. Can't forget about you. Amen. Let's go, y'all. It's time to get to work. I know it's time. Let's go. Hope everybody's doing good out there. I think we're going to do a spotlight later, because I think we need to chop it up a little later. We got some good news to put out there today. Thank you so much for the memberships. You guys go ahead and grab those. And I want to be nosy today, because if anybody messing with some of my people, I'm going to need to get involved, because they don't understand. The stronger I get, the stronger you get. So let's go. What we got going on over here? I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo. Yo, 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 yo. And we wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. I said it's 6 o'clock somewhere. I think it's already 6 o'clock, but you know how he do. Come on, start the show. I'm ready to go. Come on. It's time to start the show. Come on now. Any minute. Any minute. Oh, okay. And we gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those. It's Thursday the 21st. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that, where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. How's everybody doing this morning? Don't you understand that the first thing that we're supposed to do is be thankful for another day, and then we deal with those problems as they come, because problems present opportunities, you guys. I had a big problem that I was dealing with, and I had to keep on moving and keep on pushing until I came to a solution. And even if we don't get to a positive solution, hell, as long as it don't take us out of here, we still can probably keep on making it to another day. I'm hoping that everybody's having a fantastic and healthy day out out there, no matter where you're at in the world. Just want to make sure that you guys are healthy and doing good. I see 55 Coffee House in here, Rebecca Lanya, Bueno, Sam Champion, Miss Swanza, Mark Dorfman, Audrey. Yeah, y'all, you're amongst friends now. You're home. Let's do our thing. Who's that? Come through 305. I like that. Okay, come through. We're gonna find out what it is in a minute. You know what our bottom line is? I'm gonna tell you right now. Trending topics, current events, and much, much more. So without any further ado, y'all know what I'm about to do right now, right? I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know what where you're chiming in from. Also, let me know what time it is where you're at. Because just because it's 6 o'clock here does not mean it's 6 o'clock there. Also, like to represent those flags, get them going in the wind so I can never remember where to go and check for new content. I love to look for content where you guys are. That's right. That's how we do it out here. It's your boy Boogotti NYC. Go ahead and introduce yourselves as the #1 co-host and family on YouTube for as long as we here. It's time to get busy, G. It's time to get busy. Y'all know what's next, right? Let's get into those titles. Let's get into these titles. I'm sorry. Let's go. We got Trump, America. I don't know, but what is our world coming to? So much stuff going on where we got these WARs going on and breaking out. We got cyber situations happening. We got all sorts of diseases breaking out. When we got the Ebola coming back, they got the Hunter. You know, we got other stuff that's happening. When we got the what we got over here, other situations with the teenagers going crazy everywhere, acting like it's Grand Theft Auto simulations. Man, we could just make it up right now at this point. So that's why today's title makes a lot of sense. What is this world coming to? Let's keep on moving forward. What else we got? What else do we have? We've got what led up to the triggering of the San Diego mosque tragedy. Yes, we even have follow-ups from the mother that spoke about it and tried to call and make the phone call to warn the deputies and the police that her son had got out with the 3 weapons as well. And yeah, at least she tried to prevent it. We're going to get into much more of that because again, this kind of goes right back to what we talked about, what I spoke about earlier when it comes to the teenagers and all of these craziness going on with them being outside, and it's summertime, you guys. Let's go again. Okay, Miss Swans is dropping off memberships. Lucky 5 is going to grab that randomly just to let you guys know. And last but not least, what we have here, will Ilhan Omar finally be brought up on fraud charges? That's the last of our titles and our thumbnails today. Will Ilhan Omar be brought up on fraud charges? Do you guys think that she's above the law, too strong to be brought up? I don't know, but we're about to find out. We're going to find out soon. Guess what's time to do, you guys? Get your water, your tea, and your 55 Coffee House with Lisa Roy. You guys, let's do our thing and double tap that screen because we got to get into it. Open up the show this Thursday morning. And again, happy Thursday morning, everybody. Only one more day to the weekend. Yeah, let's get into what's really going on in California. But we got firefighters that are trying to contain more of the Sandy fire as it grows to more than 2,100 acres. On top of that, already, I think 40,000 people were evacuated. If you guys know anything about this fire, please chime in. A lot of people are concerned about family members and they want to know what's going on with you as well. Let's keep on moving forward and double tap that screen, you guys.
And thank you for joining us. I'm Pam Harvey.
And I'm Rutabaga Shabazzi. We begin with the wildfires burning in LA and Riverside counties.
And our team coverage begins with CBS LA's Jeff DeWin. He's live at the Sandy Fire in Simi Valley. Jeff?
Pat and Rutabaga, right now we are seeing hot spots burning in the canyons right behind us. They are filled with moderate and dry fuel, and throughout the day, the winds here have been shifting.
As soon as it starts, this goes here. That's crazy, right? Last year, the same thing in California. Now again.
About an hour ago, we saw a hand crew heading into that very steep and rocky terrain while aircraft continue to drop water and retardant. A wall of flames dwarfing the firefighters in the foreground of this video.
Scary as heck.
Michael Nepal is in Simi Valley, where the Sandy fire has been burning since Monday. Flames burned intensely Tuesday night.
Right, Audrey? Same season.
Hour by hour. On Wednesday, Nepal and his homeowners association had their landscaper turn on their sprinklers during erratic wind conditions.
That didn't exist an hour ago.
And look at it now. What's the toughest part of that?
It's really steep terrain. They've been going up there with heavy equipment.
Cal Fire Battalion Chief Amanda Muncie says another challenge during the Sandy fire.
I'm sorry, Glory, but I always think the same way, just like you, just like that. I'm sorry because people just, I don't know. I just really think it could be this. Because, like, how is this just breaking out for no reason?
Rattlesnakes are common in this area. Add to that, firefighters across the state have been dealing with fatigue in recent years because brush fires are so common and they don't get a break. Chief Muncie says it's easy to slip on the surface, so crews have to plot out their escape plan if needed.
Well, they're used to that heat. However, there are always safety zones in place that have been identified before we go out to areas. We want to make sure that our firefighters are safe.
The Red Cross has set up an evacuation center at the Rancho Santa Susana Community Center, where David Kuska has been staying since Monday after getting an alert.
I agree, Winter. If we can manipulate the weather, it's about time we start doing this for good.
On his phone.
First thing I see is notice your house is in a mandatory evacuation area. You need to leave immediately. But I think they're right. The heat, the smoke, I'm out of here.
We've evacuated 3 times. We've come back 3 times, and now we're going to have to evacuate again.
Tonight, nearly 27,000 people are under an evacuation order. 22 acres have burned, and containment is at about 15%. We're live in Simi Valley. Jeff Nguyen, CBS LA.
I hate that number when it comes down to containment because this is from, like, I got this latest clip. I got this an hour ago. So it's probably like 6 or 7 hours late, right? So that means that fire is still going. I hate when they say only like 15 or 20% is contained. That means that there's just so much going on right now. I'm going to pray for the families, and we're going to also pray for the families and the people that are out there. Let's not forget all of the wildlife, all of the animals that live out in these valleys and in these places. Let's pray for the animals as well, that they get out of there. I know they're like real smart and trying to get out of there as fast as they can. But certain ones that can't, I just want to pray for all of the animals as well as the people that live out there as well. Amen. Try to get them animals up out of there too. We got some information coming in from the president right now as he speaks on Iran, more about some comments that Gavin Newsom came in with. When Gavin Newsom, I think he said that JD Vance may not be a strong enough follow-up for Trump. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. You know they're gonna start having pushback early now. So let's see what's going on with this conversation directly from the horse's mouth.
They have no way of living. They have no food. They have no electricity.
He's now speaking on Cuba and the plan on what's going on with Cuba. Also said he's not going to strike Cuba because it wouldn't even make sense.
No energy at all. But they do have great people. They're a lot of great people. I mean, I have so many Cuban friends in Miami, mostly in Miami and Florida, and they're unbelievable people. They're unbelievable entrepreneurs, and they'd like to go back. I think that hopefully they're going to want to live here, but they want to go back. Maybe they'll invest. We'll see what happens. But we're freeing up Cuba.
Mr. President, how much longer do you anticipate the embargo having to be in place on Cuba?
We'll see. We'll be announcing it pretty soon.
On the table here, Mr. President, should we expect any escalation here, or should they expect anything? Yes.
No. There won't be escalation. I don't think there needs to be. Look, the place is falling apart. It's a mess. And they sort of lost control. They've really lost control of Cuba.
You can probably in this reaction like you did with Maduro.
I would say that.
Einstein was on Capitol Hill today. He says that he doesn't think JD Vance has what it takes to come after you. What's your response to that? Gavin Newsom.
Who said doesn't have what?
Trump, the era of Trump ends with you, and that JD Vance doesn't have what it takes to come after you.
Well, look, we've done a lot, and JD's very talented. He's a smart guy. He'll do very well if it's JD. We have a lot of very talented people. So I think hopefully we're going to leave something that's going to be real easy to run. We're doing a lot. We're doing a lot, and JD's a very talented guy.
I have to respond.
I kind of like the way that he didn't say anything about him right there. Okay, what you got? I think this is the same clip.
But
James told me over the weekend, Mr. President, he suggested that there's still people in your DOJ.
Oh yeah, James Comey suggested there's still people in the DOJ and FBI that want to wait his administration out so they can still start to enact the way that they have already been moving around per se.
And FBI that are waiting you out. They're waiting until your administration is over to get back to work. Do you think those people are still in the DOJ and FBI?
well, we're going to seek them out. We'll seek them out. We'll get rid of them. Okay, because you have in every agency, you have scum, and certainly they did it in the FBI and DOJ. But Todd Blanche is doing a fantastic job. Cash is doing a very good job. So we will prevail. I've been standing here a long time with you, many years, right? And they've been saying, I think it's it. I think he's trouble. Here I am, you know. And it's a very constant situation. But I think you're going to find that we have great people in the FBI and we have great people in the DOJ. Todd Blanche has really been doing a great job.
All right, that's enough from the prayers. What else we got? We got anything from Iran fighting back or anything like that? Yeah, Iran basically, yeah, they definitely basically came back with follow-up. Yes, do your boy a favor. Also, if you appreciate the content that you're seeing so far on our show this early, bringing you up-to-date trending topics and current news as well as breaking events right now, go ahead and double tap that screen and subscribe to the show. That'll be great. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because Iran basically does send a new threat to the United States and Israel, saying they will meet defeat and destruction. What do you guys think about that? They're already claiming that they're winning this thing. I don't know.
Meanwhile, to the Middle East, where the Trump administration says it's ready to strike Iran again if Tehran remains unwilling to budge on its nuclear program.
Okay, here we go. Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yates joins us now with the latest in Tel Aviv. Trey, any sign that the Iranians are serious about serious concessions about bringing this conflict to an end?
The short answer is no. And overnight, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps released a new threat against the United States and Israel, warning that if they launch a renewed bombing campaign, there will be serious consequences for the entire region. The IRGC put out a statement saying if the aggression against Iran is repeated, the regional war that was promised will this time go beyond the borders of the region, and you will be dealt crushing blows in places you do not expect, and you will fall into the abyss of defeat and destruction.
They said beyond the borders of the region, and you will be dealt with crushing blows. Okay.
This threat comes as President Trump says he was just an hour away from deciding to strike Iran earlier this week and is giving the regime a few additional days to reach a deal.
That doesn't seem like they're interested in reaching a deal.
Striking Iran.
I was an hour away. We were all set to go. You were talking about yesterday.
Yes.
We're going to be striking it would have been happening right now.
Good morning, guys. What's up, Brian?
The ships are all loaded. They're loaded to the brim. And we're all set to start.
As for the possibility of an agreement, reports do indicate there are still serious gaps in the positions of the United States and
Yeah, because of what they said prior. They shouldn't be able to you can't really negotiate when you're constantly threatening people, you know? People don't want to be seeming like they're losing. So even if they're going to go ahead and concede, let's not broadcast it, you know? Let's keep on moving forward. Because, yeah, you just saw J.D. Vance. Let's see what he has to say as he kind of shuts down CNN a little bit during a conference. Let's see if JD is presidential right now, you guys. What do you guys think? I asked you guys this question yesterday. I said Marco or JD. I didn't know what you guys would think about that.
And that's what I'm going to do. So the guy with the real purple tie, I will give you the final question, and then I'm going to have to hit the road.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President.
Sorry, this guy and then the very tall guy here. Sorry, I can't get to everybody. Marco's right. This really is chaos. This is crazy.
Yeah.
You guys got to behave yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The president's financial disclosures were released recently, and they showed a lot of stock trades in companies that he has talked up at events, official events at the White House, on his True Social account, sometimes even putting the stock ticker symbols in his posts and encouraging people to buy their stock. Americans, according to recent polling,
are increasingly describing the president as corrupt and trading
This
stocks.
is a hell of a question.
Thank you, sir. Trading individual stocks is something that you said that public officials should not be able to do when you ran for Senate all those years ago. And yet the president, who arguably has access to more non-public information than your average senator, is not only buying and selling individual stocks either through his trust.
Okay.
Is
What's
it-
the question?
the question, sir, is how can you and your administration argue to Americans that you're cleaning up corruption, you're preventing fraud, you're fighting the sorts of things that harm people and people's financial situations, when the president seems to be talking up stocks that he owns, selling them and enriching himself?
Okay, so let me answer your question here. That was a doozy. Before I answer your question, I want to just observe there are different ways to ask a question. Okay, you can just ask a question and try to get your answer, or you could do like a speech where you say, Mr. Vice President, you're a terrible human being, and so is the president, so is the entire cabinet. And then I'm like, what's your question? And then your question is, how dare you? Come on, man. Have a little bit of objectivity in the way that you ask these questions, because there were a lot of things in that speech masquerading as a question that didn't actually get asked. Okay. Number one, the president doesn't sit at the Oval Office on his computer on his like Robinhood account buying and selling stocks. That's absurd. He has independent wealth advisors who manage his money. He is a wealthy person. He has had success in business. He's not making these stock trades himself.
And a lot of you guys, didn't you vote for this guy because of his business sense? I mean,
And
that's
your
what you voted
question
for.
includes that. Sort of, it doesn't say it exactly, but a reasonable person listening to that question would assume the president is sitting around and doing that. He's not. Second of all, you're right. I'm a big fan of banning members of Congress from trading stocks. So is the president of the United States. All of us believe that nobody should be taking proprietary information gained from public service and buying and selling stocks. We want to ban that process. And I think the way to lead by example is banning that process, banning that approach, and making it illegal, which is exactly what the president has proposed doing.
So yeah, just wanted to know what you guys thought about that, to see what you were thinking about. Is JD, presidential to you guys? I just wanted to know. And speaking of Cuba, the place that we have nothing but respect for, yes, let's get on over there and talk about that, because the U.S. indictment against the former president of Cuba, Raul Castro, is expected to actually today. Guess what? He's 94 years old. 94 years old, and you getting indicted for criminal acts? Woo! I mean, what type of jail time would you get, buddy? Whatever you're gonna get is gonna be a sentence, right? Let's go. Let's get it.
News sources have confirmed the Justice Department will announce the indictment of the former president of Cuba today. We reported last week that the U.S. was taking steps to file federal criminal charges against Raul Castro. The DOJ wants to try the 94-year-old in connection with the fatal downing of two planes decades ago. This is happening as the U.S. has ramped up pressure on Cuba with a blockade. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides joins us now from Miami this morning. Christian, what more do we know about this indictment, and why is it happening now?
Well, Adriana, sources familiar with the investigation told CBS News the Justice Department is expected to unveil the criminal charges against Cuba's former leader, Raul Castro, at an event at Miami's Freedom Tower. Now, Castro, as you mentioned, is 94. He's the brother of longtime dictator Fidel Castro. He's being indicted on charges related to Cuba's deadly 1996 shoot-down of planes operated by group Brothers to the Rescue. Now, the group helped rescue Cubans at sea who were fleeing the communist island on rafts looking for freedom in Florida. They also participated in pro-democracy missions such as dropping leaflets on the island. Also, for the first time, Secretary of State Marco Rubio addressed the Cuban people directly as Secretary of State. He marked Cuban Independence Day this morning with a Spanish language video message directly calling out the regime. I spoke to Jose Basulto. He's the founder of the group. He told me that he wants justice to be served. Now, Raul Castro.
I guess they don't care about how old he is. They like, he's still alive. We want justice for what he did. We got people that are freedom fighters out here that were trying to escape, trying to get away, and he powed and was the one that helped this happen. If this is true, What do you guys think? Do you still think that he should be brought to justice even though he's 94 years old, if he's found responsible for the things that they're blaming him for?
Formally stepped down as leader of Cuba's Communist Party in 2021, but he is widely seen as one of the most powerful figures in the country.
Oh yeah, Cubans. Cubans.
Americans are spread all over the country, from California to Texas and the New York area, big clusters. But the largest base of them is in Miami and South Florida. What do they?
Yeah, like when I'm in South Florida and when I'm in Miami, like that's all you see out there. Some beautiful people, really nice, kind people. I was in this store one day and I went shopping in there to buy some clothes, and there was this one girl, and I'm like, why is she being so super nice to me? My boy was like, she was trying to get you to take her home back to New York with you. I was like, man, I would have stayed in Miami for all that. I love Miami. I love the weather. I love the people. I love certain parts of Miami and Florida. Actually, the Cuban, when I used to eat the Cubano sandwiches and stuff like that, I love the Cuban coffee in the morning. Yeah, I like the Cuban people. I like the music and everything like that, spicy. Yeah, let's show some love to Cuba, you guys. Stop, yeah, don't play around with Cuba like that. Show some respect to Cuba. Now we got to show some respect to somebody that I know that you love, and you cannot go an entire week without me showing you her. She has to be someone that you guys have to see every week. And then we have a little theme song that we made for her. It goes along with her hair. It goes, my little pony, pony hair set. Mister, can I please get the whole big bag? See if you guys remember that. Who am I talking about? Yes, none other than someone that we know and love around here that has a very strong message and wants to know what's going on when it comes down to the Proud Boys, supremacy, and Republicans not playing dumb. You know who I'm talking about. My little pony, pony hair said, Mister, can I please get the whole big bag?
Majority of this, and didn't actually sit in this room because I'm sure my faces would have told everything that I was thinking. Is there anyone that finds it odd? Well, can we start here? I'm gonna start with the entire panel. Are the Proud Boys a white supremacist organization? Yes or no? Starting with Ms. Wiley. It is my view they are.
I gotta say, she's rather rude too, but hey.
It depends on how you define it. I have a book.
Okay, never mind.
It depends on how you
It's a
define
yes
it.
or no. Proud Boys, how they define themselves. Are they white supremacists? Yes or no?
I have not read a description of how they
Okay,
define
that's
themselves.
fine.
Gun B says, I love this woman. Okay.
I'm not on the mailing list, I don't know.
So are you only on the mailing list of?
I'm not like the SPLC, I don't fund organizations that I'm.
Oh, it just seemed like you were saying because you haven't received their mail, you only received the mail of white supremacists. But go ahead, last witness.
No, they're not white supremacists.
And you know what? I do believe that y'all believe that. Let's try another one. Neo-Nazis, Miss Wiley.
Well, yes.
Neo-Nazi, Nazis is in their name. Neo-Nazis, Dr. Swain.
Is the question still about the Proud Boys or is it about the
Neo-Nazis.
Neo-Nazis.
Moved on. Neo-Nazis.
neo-Nazis are hate groups, and I have a book, 2002.
Okay, thank you so much.
on
We're
hate
gonna
groups
so
that I suggest that you all read.
I'm reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time.
Damn, you can't even say a sentence with her.
Neo-Nazis. Are they white supremacists?
Neo-Nazis, are they white supremacists?
Yes or no?
What's that?
Yes or no?
They're certainly anti-Semitic, which I would join with any member of the Democratic Party. Mr. Nadler earlier was talking about standing
Okay,
with Jewish.
reclaiming my time. Next.
Yes, they're white supremacists.
Thank God. And Jesus Christ, I didn't think we were going to get there. Oh my gosh, let me be clear. Proud Boys.
See, she had to push that pony back over the ear, right? You saw that, right? Had to turn, had to push that extra pony about behind the ear, y'all.
Are freaking white supremacists. Neo-Nazis are too. And this president who loves to coddle white supremacists has decided that they should be given checks. The reason that I pointed to those particular organizations is because you can go and read, I don't know how many articles as Dr. Swain wants people to read up. I'm going to be clear. I've read my fair share of books. I do have my fair share of degrees. It is clear that neo-Nazis as well as Proud Boys joined in on January 6th. Yet this slush fund that they keep talking about is specifically to give them money. So how dare this majority sit here and try to lecture this organization about money? Okay. Don't say that we don't play all sides over here, you guys. What do you guys got to say about that? You got a lot of people that says, I like her. I think that her message is right. Another person says her and MJT was hilarious. Okay. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Yeah, we got to play all sides over here. Got to be fair. Somebody says she has on a Timu wig. Oh my God, let's go. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Berlin. Yes, you guys, we got to stay on top of this other story. Let's get serious right here because the WHO, no, not the WHO, the WHO group of doctors who have been testing certain diseases that have been coming back. There's one doctor that they found that tested positive for the Ebola virus and is now receiving treatment. Let's keep on moving forward to another more serious topic, you guys. Let's get into it right now.
This morning, new details about the American doctor who tested positive for Ebola, now receiving emergency care in Berlin, as health officials race to trace infections in Central Africa and worry the scale of the outbreak is already larger than first reported. We expect those numbers to keep increasing, given the amount of time the virus was circulating before the outbreak was detected. Surgeon Peter Stafford was evacuated from the Democratic Republic of Congo yesterday. The missionary group Dr. Stafford was working with, Serge, believe he contracted Ebola while operating unknowingly on an infected patient. 2 days after the announcement of the outbreak was made, Peter began to have some of the nonspecific symptoms that are classic for Ebola: chills, fever, muscle aches, fatigue, nausea. Back in 2014, during that Ebola outbreak, patients in the U.S. were treated at the same biocontainment facility in Omaha, Nebraska, currently treating hantavirus patients. The DRC is facing its 17th outbreak of Ebola, but a different strain this time, meaning early testing wasn't catching it. We have less experience with this strain. It's occurring in an environment that proved really, really challenging.
They have less experience with this strain, and it's been brewed inside of an environment that's proven and challenging to what?
In 2018, 2019, when we had a vaccine already ready and were able to deploy that.
This time, there's no vaccine at the ready, but officials say the risk in the U.S. is low.
Concerned about Ebola? Yeah, concerned about everything, but certainly am. I think that, it's been confined right now to Africa.
This morning, Dr. Peter Stafford's wife, Rebecca, who's also a doctor, she was working in the DRC as well, and their 4 children are being transported to the same hospital he's in Berlin. And we are just learning this morning about another American physician, Dr. Patrick LaRochelle, who is also potentially exposed, and he is being evacuated to a hospital in Prague for expert monitoring. Willie?
All right, Molly, thanks.
Oh boy, we got the hunter. Now we got the people with the hunter. They got people going over there in the same places where the hunter's being taken care of with the people with the Ebola, you guys. Oh man, what y'all got for me in these comments? Good morning. I see you, Audrey. What's going on? Not like COVID, where they had an instant vaccine, question mark. Okay. This is KILL so many. What else you got here? I hope that he doesn't suffer too much from that. He was helping Africans get surgeries that needed. But the problem about it is it's not, there's no remedy for it from what I hear. If you get it, I hear that there's no cure for it. Please, guys, let me know if that's true. And let's get those likes up to let more people know that we're over here. I can't believe that we ain't get up to 100 likes yet. I don't know how many people are here, but come on, let's go ahead and get those likes up. If you guys are appreciating the content that you're seeing so far, we got a lot more coming up, especially for our health and wellness section. I got to keep on moving. I got a lot to do. I want you guys to do me a favor. While I'm doing what I'm doing, make sure we get those likes going up. I appreciate it. This way, I don't have to turn around so much and bother you guys. I really like to make sure that more people get over here to see these stories. It's not about me because we also have a lot of education sensational stories that come up. A lot of people don't know what's going on out there. So not only are we trying to get the word out, but we're trying to get them educated on what we can do to try to get those numbers up and try to get more people over here to see what's happening in our world. We got to get on over to Washington now, because that Jeffrey Epstein prison guard who was on duty the night that he passed, well, he whatever, testified in Congress yesterday. Let's see what she had to say, if we got some follow-up on any information from that.
Some pretty interesting testimony happening today on Capitol Hill between one of the former security prison guards that was on watch the night that Jeffrey Epstein died. Lawmakers at the House Oversight Committee are set to speak with Topin Noel, who believes she was the last person to see Jeffrey Epstein alive before his body was found unresponsive in his jail cell that next morning in 2019. Now, Noel's interesting here because investigators say required inmate checks were missed for hours that night, while guards appear to be browsing the internet instead of monitoring inmates.
If she was supposed to go one more time to go see him at 10 o'clock and she never checked in, which means that he was left for the overnight for at least about 8 hours unattended. Then they had the nerve to say they did see an orange shadow or something by his door, but that could have been a staff member bringing linen. Why would a staff member have some orange on?
Noel and the other officer on duty, Michael Thomas, were later charged with falsifying prison logs tied to those missed checks. Now, lawmakers were also expected to press Noel on pretty interesting cash deposits that were made into her bank account. Newly revealed FBI documents revealed that cash deposits were made into her account weeks before Jeffrey Epstein's passing, including a $5,000 check.
Yeah, it makes sense to have the money go into your account weeks before, because that's when you guys set it up, and then you're going to tell them what day to do it. Of course, that makes a lot of sense.
Just 2 weeks before he was found dead. This testimony is part of a much broader investigation into the Jeffrey Epstein case and the government's handling of it and questions surrounding his death. So Noel is the latest testimony. It's going to be very intriguing for lawmakers to hear on Capitol Hill.
Now they're trying to say $5,000 like, oh, it's not a lot of money, but for a prison guard just to not do something, just to not show up somewhere, we give you $5,000 if you turn your head. You know what I'm saying? Or we give you $20,000 if you turn your head, right? Then you take 15 of that and you put it in the stash. And then since you want to pay some bills, yeah, you take 5,000 and you put it in the bank so you can pay those other bills. But that doesn't mean that that's all she got. Come on, gifts and stuff like that. That's why cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Yeah, exactly. You don't got to pay in a traceable way. Probably happened a whole nother way. Another distraction. That's right. Follow the money. I love you guys on the follow-ups. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because I definitely think that was a smoke screen right there, which leads me a little more to believe the fact that this man probably somewhere out here walking around. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but there's a very strong probability that yeah, there's a probability that still walking around out here, like for real. Probably got a change and he's out here. Let's keep on moving forward. You got more information coming in from MS Now with an exclusive on the aide that breaks her silence and said she too was a victim of abuse with Jeffrey Epstein. But the way that he had her was like a manipulative means, whereas she couldn't get away because they had something on her.
Tomorrow, a woman named as one of Jeffrey Epstein's potential co-conspirators will be interviewed by the House Oversight Committee. But tonight, in an exclusive interview with MS Now's Lisa Rubin, that woman, Epstein's former assistant, Sarah Kellen, said she was also a victim of his abuse. Quote, Kellen and her lawyers insist that to the extent that she was involved in Epstein's web, it was part and parcel of how Epstein sexually and psychologically abused her for more than a decade. Lisa Rubin is back with us. Lisa, what exactly have you learned from your specific conversations with Sarah Kellen?
I've spoken to Sarah Kellen several times, Simone, over the last few months, and I think the most important takeaway that I have is not only was she abused psychologically and sexually by Jeffrey Epstein for many years, but he and his affiliates abused her in a legal sense as well. They negotiated what we all know as the sweetheart deal, through which he served minimal jail time in Florida in 2007. But in that same deal, he named 4 women specifically as his potential co-conspirators and bought them immunity as well. That's always been seen as a benefit. But Sarah Kellen told me that she had no knowledge, much less consultation, in the involvement of that deal. She didn't learn that the deal even existed until roughly 2 years later, when it was first reported on publicly. That's when she also learned that she had been branded as a potential co-conspirator. And she told me that has really changed the course of her life for the last 20-something years.
Yeah, yeah. So he had something on everybody. Everybody that worked for him. Jeffrey Epstein made sure, even if you worked for him, he wanted to have something on you, just in case you tried to slip up. Let's keep on moving forward now. We got to get on over to Utah. We're talking about Tyler Robinson, his attorney, angry at prosecution for talking to the media, and he's fighting for Tyler Robinson. Also, there's a shocking insinuation, there's a twist in this situation from the broken wristed click roommate. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Tyler Robinson's roommate. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, BWC, broken wristed click. Let's get into this one real quick, you guys, and double tap that screen to get those likes up. Let's go. We got work to do. Well, here we go. The judge in the Tyler Robinson case is expected to rule June 1st on two defense motions, one asking to close portions of a July hearing to the public, and another requesting sanctions against prosecutors for making out-of-court statements about evidence in the case. Both legal teams arguing over the issue. Listen. Yes, you guys, I like the way you made sure that I saw that right there. I don't know who that was, but who's that? El Jadero? I really appreciate you bringing that to my attention. Why are people so stingy with the likes, I wonder? You guys are taking this back to like the first days when we started doing this. What's going on? You guys got an issue? Do you need an incentive? Do you want a keychain or maybe a decal? I mean, if you did like the content, that means all you got to do is double tap that screen to get the likes up. But it shouldn't take anything for you to do that. Shouldn't be any enticement or nothing like that. My mom's always told me, she said Boogotti, even though that's not my real name. She said, boy, if you're somewhere for longer than 5 minutes, that means you must like where you've been. I used to get in trouble for that. Well, boy, I was only there for a minute. You shouldn't have been there in the first place. They get your ass in that room. You know what I'm saying? So what are you doing here for longer than 5 minutes if you doesn't double tap that screen? Get those likes up to let everybody else know where we're here, and we appreciate you for that. Also, if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Also, you guys see that bell down there right up under me? If you scroll a little bit right there, yeah, that bell. Hit that notification bell to make sure that you get those likes up. That's right. You guys can use any pun that we use over here. We actually might make a t-shirt about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's going on with this situation here. Let's go. How it is that Mr. Ballard came to be going on this media tour, because that gets to the seriousness of the misconduct and the types of sanctions that are appropriate. Usually, this is performed in the courtroom, but occasionally it must also be performed in the media. An attorney cannot stand idly by while his client's legal rights are undermined and trampled upon by mischaracterizations of the evidence. So he's saying that the prosecution shouldn't be having any comments or any content, anything going on with the media right now. Do you guys agree? Let's get on over to this now. Yeah, I didn't forget. Let's go see what's going on with the boo-boo, with your boo-boo. See what boo-boo got to say. The public is perceiving it rather than being concerned with the facts and evidence against their client inside of the courtroom.
One of the witnesses that the state does plan to call that we have now learned is Robinson's roommate and lover, Lance Twiggs. And that brings me to this question, Josh.
His name is Lance Twiggs. Did you guys hear that? His roommate and lover's name is Lance Twiggs.
Are there any privileges that apply?
Sound like a character off a Family Guy, right?
To a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a lover, because we all know that there's a marital privilege that can be used. But in my experience, and again, I haven't done this since 2008, but you can't get protection if you're just a lover. What say you?
Yeah, that was a shocking moment. That was the first time that we heard that he's not actually going to testify, but they do have a recorded interview that they plan on playing during that prelim. And you're right, there is no privilege that exists. So any conversations that they had are certainly going to come in. And I imagine he's fully cooperating with investigators and the prosecution team, because I will be honest with you, there is an argument to be made that perhaps he knew more and should have done more ahead of time. But it sounds like for now, he's playing nice with the prosecution.
The prosecutors, of course, intend to seek the death penalty if Robinson is convicted. Criminal defense attorney. Got to keep on moving forward, you guys. We got a lot of new people in the building. Let me just let everybody know. All the new people, what we do as soon as we come in, if we like what we see, we double tap the screen. What we do is we just pick up our phone like, hey, this show was pretty good right here. Who is this guy? Oh, for real? Oh, let me just,
Okay, cool. And that's all you got to do to double tap that screen. We get those likes up. It gets more people over here to see the show, you guys. Also, you really want to really act up? How about hit that link and copy paste and share it to your Facebook and let more people see? A lot of new people in here seeing our show. What do we do here? Let's break it down. It's called Our Bottom Line. H+OUR. H, it's about an hour. It's ours, so I don't call it mine. It's the whole, it's everybody's show, everybody here, because we have co-hosts, we have family members. We can't do it without the chiming in from the people in the comments. I have to feed off of that and make sure that we're staying in line, or because if not, I'll just be playing videos and they may come in here with the white jacket and get me. That's what our means. Bottom line is we get right to the bottom line with our explanations, with what we're talking about, with our show. Me, I'm Boogotti NYC. I have no political party affiliation, not a Democrat, not a Republican, not an independent, and no, I am not a conservative. I am a human being who made a show because every time you go to somebody else's show, they kick you out if you don't agree with their political backing. We don't do that over here. We let you say what you want to say as long as you're respectful. You can say what you want, and that's what makes a good comment section. Because guess what? I always say this, and I hope you guys understand. If you can debate, you can probably come up with a solution. Because you see it happen in college all the time, debate squads, stuff like that. They might argue, but they actually have good points and they come up with good solutions. So instead of us worrying about a party, we should have one party, the one that we started with, the human race. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got a person that's coming up on the next video that you're not going to believe, who says a few things that are probably very smart about New York and mom dummy. Now he's a super cat, now that he's a dumb dummy. Policies. Let's keep on moving forward. Amazon's owner, Jeff Bezos, goes off on New York about taxes, what's really going on with money. That's supposed to be for schools and children. And let me ask you guys a question. If you're going to pay so much more money for education in a state like New York, shouldn't you expect higher learning and better results coming out? Why are the children still low and the monetary is so high per child, $44,000 per child every year? It's ridiculous. That's one thing. Also, a good point about nurses. I got a lot of love for nurses. He made a good point. Let's see what's going on here with Jeff Bezos. Let's see what he's talking about. Let's see. Matter of fact, let's go there.
The New York City school system, right? They spend $44,000 per student. 44,000. That's 30% more per student than other big cities like Chicago, LA, and Boston. And it's 3 times more than Miami and Houston. And by the way, New York City doesn't get better outcomes. A nurse.
Dumb as a bag of rocks. All that money was still ain't getting better outcome. Let's keep it funky. Kids ain't smart. Stop playing. I mean, they try whatever like that. At this point, school is daycare.
In Queens, who makes 70.
Hold on, I got to bring this back because he made a good point right here. Right here.
In Queens, who makes.
Come on, man. I need you to say the word.
And by the way, New York City doesn't get better outcomes. A nurse in Queens who makes $75,000 a year pays more than $12,000 a year in taxes. Does that really make sense? So people talk about making the tax system more progressive. How about we start by having the nurse in Queens not pay taxes? Why is somebody at all? Why is a nurse in Queens who makes $75,000 a year paying more than $1,000 a month in taxes? That's $1,000 a month that could help with rent or groceries or anything. And so, and by the way, do you know what that all adds up to? The bottom half of income earners in this country pay only 3% of the taxes. It's only 3%. We can find 3%. So we don't have. It's a small amount of money for the government. You know that. And really,
Zion.
The more I thought about it, to me, it's kind of absurd that we're doing this. We shouldn't be asking this nurse in Queens to send money to Washington. They should be sending her an apology. It really makes no sense.
Okay, but then on the other end, the question is, should you be paying higher taxes to pay for the 3% component part of this that you think is going to need to be
Good question, right? How about you pay for it then?
paid for, if not more than that, given the debts we have?
It's certainly a perfectly valid policy debate, right? To say, do we want an even more progressive tax system? So, the kind of the line that gets quoted all the time is, the wealthy should pay their fair share. And we can argue about what the fair share is. That's a policy debate. That's okay. But the vilification is the thing that's just the distraction.
Yeah, you guys, I mean, you might not agree with everything he's saying. I see people in the comments that are saying things like there's no nurses that are in New York that are making 75,000 and things like that. I get what you're trying to say, but I think overall what he means is that 3% is not really making a dent in the overall, the debt that's coming out of New York. And that, yes, if necessary, maybe those billionaires should pay the extra money. He said something after that about hotels charging more because it's for tourists. Makes a lot of sense. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Gets much more people out here. Let's keep on going because now we got to get on over to one of your other favorites that I know you guys know and love. Haji's sister. I shouldn't have said that. Why did you say that, Boogotti? Come on, why you say Haji's sister? Don't do that. You're gonna make people get mad at you now. I apologize, you guys. Well, let's get into the next clip because we have questions about someone that I know you guys love, and I apologize. And they're saying get rid of her. None other than Ilhan Omar under the DOJ's investigation for possible immigration fraud as well. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Let's go. You know she likes that bananas and rice combination, so let's see what's up with that.
Joining us now is filmmaker Ami Horowitz. Ami, great to see you again. Let's start with Ilhan Omar.
Bananas and rice.
Vice President J.D. Vance has revealed that the Department of Justice is investigating the Democrat representative Ilhan Omar for possible immigration fraud while speaking to reporters at the White House. And he says that something seems fishy and that everyone's entitled to equal justice under the laws. There have been questions around Ilhan Omar for some time. What's likely to happen here?
I like bananas and rice.
There sure are a lot of questions about Ilhan Omar. First of all, just so you know, breaking news, Somalia has put an injunction that she not be sent back to them. So that's on hold right now and possibly not in the card. Look, I'm against using immigration status for political issues if there's no fire there, right?
Right.
But there is, and she actually committed fraud to stay in this country longer, then she's got to pay the consequences. Look, it's a federal crime. She can get up to 5 years in prison. I would, by the way, trade all that away to just get rid of her, send her back to Somalia, frankly. But this is serious stuff. And the allegation, aside from being so gross and disgusting, that she possibly married her brother to stay in this country, I kid you not. And I know that people think that's like a crazy thing, but there's a lot of evidence there. I'm not saying that she did. We don't really know it's her brother because she clouded it all, but there are a lot of different pieces that kind of fall into place, and that's exactly what she did. And that, of course, is highly illegal. Look, she is, again, she's no stranger controversy. Never mind her anti-American positions or anti-Semitism. This is a woman who, her and her husband were involved in all sorts of shenanigans, possible fraud. They had this wine business that was maybe not even a business in order to hide some of their income. There were a number of other things that were involved with lawsuits with her investors, possible breach of contract and fraud. And of course, she's smack in the middle of this whole thing around the Somali fraud allegations. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see what comes out of that. They talking about they about to investigate her. Do you think they're gonna find anything? I hope so, because if she did fraud and commit fraud, that would be crazy. Also, if anybody marries their brother, I mean, that's ridiculous right there. What you marrying your brother for just to stay in the country? Come on, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's get on over to New York. And if I can make it there, I'll make it. Bum, bum. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. That's right, you guys. Let's keep it moving right now because we got a situation. And this is why I always say appreciate the day. every single day of your life, every moment, because you never know, you guys, when it can be the last. I'm telling you, I see so many different things, and I want to thank God so much, and I appreciate being alive because of how many years that I've been here. And then when you do see someone, or you notice that someone is no longer here anymore, maybe a family member or a friend of yours, or just like an actor, an actress or something, it makes you wonder, like, look at their age. You say like, wow, I'm just still so lucky just to be here. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but I think you may want to start being that way, because every single day is a blessing. Got a situation over here in New York, and we have a woman. She got up, woke up, got dressed to come to work, parked her car, and the next thing you know, she walked into the street, fell into an open manhole, and now she's no longer with us. People tried to go down there and help her, but it was too far, and there was a lot of heat because of the heat underground, as well as how hot it was. So she lost her life as she went into cardiac arrest. Sad situation in Manhattan.
Information on that woman killed after stepping into an open manhole. 56-year-old Donnie K. Gokaje had just gotten out of her car at 52nd and 5th Avenue. A witness describes the horror of hearing her scream out, "I'm dying." Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Grandmore spoke with the victim's family, and she's got new information on how this tragic situation unfolded. Crystal is live in Midtown. Crystal? Good afternoon. Wakana is just releasing new information that they actually reviewed a surveillance video and discovered that a multi-axle truck turning onto West 52nd Street from 5th Avenue actually ran over that manhole cover and dislodged it. And about 12 minutes later, that's what officials say, Donnie K. Gokaj fell into that open manhole that's since been covered. You can see it here behind me. It's the third one in. And we did speak to an eyewitness, as you mentioned, who described to me the scary moments of Gokash suffering in sweltering conditions down below. She was screaming, "I'm dying." That's what I kept hearing her screaming over and over, "I'm dying." Donnie K. Gokash took her final breaths inside this manhole moments after an eyewitness says she parked her car on West 52nd near 5th Avenue in Midtown. As soon as she stepped out, it's like she took one step forward and just disappeared. Carlton Wood was heading to work around 11:20 Monday night when he saw Gokash plunge roughly 10 feet underground and called 911. Strangers stepping in to help before first responders arrived. Some guy tried to get in the hole with her. We had to help him back up because she was just too deep. Medics found Gokash unresponsive and rushed her to New York Presbyterian Hospital, where she died from her injuries. Authorities say the steam caused her to go into cardiac arrest. Con Edison on the scene Tuesday morning.
The steam caused her to go into cardiac arrest. The person that tried to go down there couldn't because it was too deep. You saw a fire department had to go down there, so it took even more time to get her out.
Placing the manhole cover. A loving mother and grandmother who put family over everything. That's how loved ones say off camera they'd like Gokash to be remembered. Wood says he wants to set the record straight. She wasn't distracted. She didn't walk onto a construction site. I mean, she parked her car, stepped out of her car, and dropped right into the manhole. Those who work in the area say this incident will make them hyper aware as they navigate the city. I mean, you come out of your car, you think that maybe you're going home. It's not really something you would consider.
I think it's awful because these are like hazards. You can't see them. It's dark. You walk into them, just like those stores with those open grates. And I'm constantly looking at the ground for this kind of stuff.
As for Wood, he's thinking about the victim's family.
To hear, she was a grandmother, it's just awful. But there's so much construction going on. There's so much happening. And in a split second, you could end up in a situation like this.
And Con Edison says they are still reviewing the details. And while this was an extremely rare occurrence, officials tell me that it is possible, very possible, for heavy vehicles to drive over these manhole covers and dislodge it. Con Edison saying that safety remains their top priority. For now, we're live in Midtown. Crystal Fanmore, Channel 7, Eyewitness News. Information on that woman killed after stepping into an open.
First of all, I never walk on no manholes in the first place. I never walk around nothing like that. Look like construction. I'm going on the other side. Want to definitely pray for the grandmother, and she's definitely going to be missed. As you guys can see, they're already talking about her out there, and I know that her family, all of her grandchildren, every single person that she knows, they're saying it like she's a very nice woman, which is very sad. Coming to the city to probably go to work, to probably have dinner, and you never know what something like that's going to happen. I like to pray for her soul, and it's so sad knowing the way that she lost her life by herself and in such a bad, nasty place like that. Just want to pray for her and her family as well. Amen. Situations like that are terrible, you guys. I just don't even know what to say about it. Got to get on over to Illinois right now because we got a Governor Pritzker, who's going to decide the fate of Larry Hoover. This is his last bid for freedom. Let's get on over to Chicago, you guys, and see what's going on with that. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
In other news tonight, he is one of Chicago's most notorious gang leaders, and now his bid for freedom is up to Governor Pritzker. So, who is Larry Hoover, and what's behind his push for clemency? NBC5's Alex Maragos has this story.
Natalie, outside of Al Capone, Larry Hoover could go down in the record books as one of the most prolific and profitable gang leaders in Chicago history. He's one of the founders of the Gangster Disciples, but he spent over 50 years of his life behind bars. The question tonight, could that soon change? In 1974, Hoover was sentenced to 200 years in prison for the murder of William Pookie Young. And while he was in state prison, federal prosecutors say that he led the gang's operations, raking in hundreds of millions of dollars in drug sales and directing a string of violence on the streets of Chicago. And federal prosecutors won convictions that locked him up then in the so-called Supermax prison in 1994. And many of those years he spent in solitary confinement. That was until last spring, when President Trump commuted his federal sentence, and that placed Larry Hoover back in an Illinois cell. Now, Hoover's latest bid for freedom took a step on April 7th of this year. His family, his attorneys, and supporters asked the Illinois Prisoner Review Board to recommend clemency to Governor Pritzker. Now, the Cook County State's attorney argued against clemency. They filed documents showing why he should not be let out of prison. Now, the recommendation that the review board reached is confidential, and it will remain that way. The governor has that recommendation now, and there is no deadline for him to make a decision on this. He can consider it as long as he likes. Now,
Okay, you guys, how many of you guys think that they should go ahead and grant him clemency? I'm going to ask for a thumbs up. How many of you guys think that since he should do his time if he's been felt guilty? I'm going to see a thumbs down. Thumbs up if you think he should get clemency and you think Pritzker is going to possibly give it to him. Thumbs down if you think that he needs to stay put. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Also, you can use the other hand to double tap that screen to get those likes up as well. Did Trump like him? Thumbs down. I see thumbs up. I see 2 thumbs up, 3 thumbs up. Okay, 4 thumbs up. Or you got the thumbs down. We got, who's that right there? Amanda, thumbs down. Beyond, thumbs down. No parole. His actions have indirectly killed thousands of young black men. Winter Rising says thumbs up. Sam Champion, thumbs down. Do your time for all of those horrible things that he did. Okay, Royal. Okay, a lot of people over here saying, do the crime if you can, do the time. There you go. You take your life, you give a life. There you go. We don't know enough about the charges, so I'm not informed enough to vote. Okay, you guys, I got you. But we got a lot of people that's saying thumbs down. It's a mixed crowd. Look like more thumbs down right now. He can do more good than than bad at this point. Ah, good point, Teddy. Good point. Good point. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got more to do in New York. That's right. We got to get on over here to New York. Let's go, you guys. We got a situation over here. We've already figured this one out, and we don't know what Governor Pritzker is going to do. He's going to probably be saying, I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger you give me today. Because we know who that really is. That's Wimpy over there. We're going to see what Wimpy says, and we'll find out and follow up with you and see if your idea, if your thought came, if it happened or not. If you did win and he gets out, we're going to let you know. And if he doesn't get out, you guys are going to know as well. Let's keep on moving forward to New York. We got chaos that broke out. Any of you guys hear about this Swatch watch thing that was going on? The combination that they were putting together with the Swatch watch and the Audemars Peugeot. Well, guess what? People were going crazy. I don't know if I agree with what the police were doing, though. It looks like they were like spraying spray on all of these people. Let's get on over to New York where we got chaos as the police deployed pepper spray into a crowd of people that they're saying that were being irate at the Swatch watch crowd. Watch this. I mean, I guess if you're gonna spray it, maybe you should, keep it moving. You're spraying it, and then now you're like this. What's up with that? They doing all of this for Swatch watches. They got in a panic over a special edition Swatch watch release that's caused chaos around the globe. You guys got your hands on one of these watches? How many of my people in the comments got one of these watches? The Nassau County Police Department was called to make arrests at the Roosevelt Field Mall in Long Island on Saturday. Anybody got one? They spraying it like it's roach spray, right? So now the turmoil was sparked by a highly anticipated collaboration between Audemars and Swatch, Audemars Piguet. And you know, they went crazy for those. Look how many people out there for that watch. But you got to remember, you guys, a lot of these people in these crowds here, they're resellers. And what they do is they hold on to them or they put them up for bid because they know that there's a craze out there. They'll hopefully try to buy 2 or 3 of them if they allow them to. This way they can probably keep one or try to sell as many as they can. A lot of these people here, believe it or not, they're resellers. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Yes, all that for a watch is just like the sneaker craze, because if you guys know it, the sneaker heads are really like losing money right now because of all of the crazy pricing that's going on. They're buying sneakers in lots that's like taking too long to show up, and a lot of them are like going on the sites and like, yo, the price on the sites is cheaper than what I'm selling. So a lot of these sneaker heads and sneaker flippers are losing a lot of money. So when something like this comes up, yes, they want to try to get on it because they can possibly, you know, recoup a lot of money that they have not been making. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go, because we got to get on over. Where we going? We going back to Chicago? Oh man, I don't even want to show you guys this one. Chicago, you guys have been acting up, especially when it comes down to crime and not really being on top of taking care of your citizens. This is an elderly person. I don't even think so elderly. He might be like about 50 something years old. Guess what? I'm talking about security at the club. I understand you want to push somebody, you want to get them out the way. This man could have lost his life. I can't even do anything but open this screen all the way up before I even do anything. Because if I remember, this happened as soon as the scene opened up, you know, with this man right here, with what happened to him. So let me go ahead and open the screen. Yes, this is, which one is this? This is a man that, a security got caught on camera as a man gets shoved head first into the sidewalk on his birthday, into the sidewalk on his back, as there's construction going on too. I don't think it was necessary to push this man this hard. Let's keep on moving forward. Check this out. But then again, I don't know what happened prior.
I was knocked out. I don't remember. When I seen it, I just don't even remember how I got there. It was supposed to be a 54th birthday celebration on Sunday night at the Family Den Lounge in the 8900 block of South Stony Island Avenue. Instead, Andre Bass, known to many as House, says the night ended with him unconscious and in the hospital. Hard to watch as he shoved by a security guard. Bass fell backwards into a section of public sidewalk in severe disrepair. He got busted in the back.
Yeah, he lucky he didn't KILL that man, is what I'm trying to say. You got to be careful when you're putting your hands on people, man. That could have turned into a different, a serious charge right there.
Stitches back there. My neck is just stiff right now.
Bass says he blacked out immediately after his head slammed into the concrete. Walk me through what hurts on your body.
My neck, my head, my whole right arm, my shoulder.
Since the incident, Bass says he has been hospitalized twice and unable to work. Part of his tongue now left to heal, while questions remain about why the confrontation started in the first place.
Sitting there having a beer, and I feel this, this big guy come behind me, tapping me, grabbing me on my shoulder. It's him. In the process, he was just grabbing me, trying to tell me, you gotta go, you gotta go.
Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up to get more people over here to see stories like this. Also, if you guys really appreciate the show, subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting for? We're reaching for that 80,000 mark of subscribers so that we can keep on moving forward to that 100,000. This is our bottom line. Trending topics, current events, much, much more. You guys, your only responsibility is to what? Stay on topic. This way we're having a good conversation and everybody's talking about what we're doing up here. This is how we really get to the bottom line. Yeah, the bottom line by everybody staying on topic. I love it. Good show so far.
Bass says the same security guard was aggressive with him in the past.
I had an encounter with him before.
And was he aggressive? What was that encounter like?
Very aggressive.
The family did issued a statement. Here's some of it. To ensure the integrity of our establishment and the safety of our patrons, management has permanently relieved the security officer involved of all duties at our establishment. We're taking a hard look at our security protocols to ensure that an incident like this never happens again. Bass's attorney, Jared Adams, applauds the statement, but says more needs to be done.
They didn't know that you was here, Liberty. I just saw that person get swiped. Talking about shut your mouth up. We know that you a Trump supporter. Liberty came through like, boom, get out of here. Yeah, we're going to do that again today, you guys. We're going to be giving away 6 keychains. Since she said it, I want to make sure that she's not telling no fibs right there. So yes, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. Don't have me. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's up to y'all. We could get up to 500 likes. If we do that, you will be receiving 6 keychains randomly and 6 decals. That's right. All you got to do is email me at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Tell me where you want it sent. And a lot of times, you know what happens? We may get 3 or 4 people that email. So I'm like, wait a minute, what am I going to do with the rest? So that means I got to do this. So sometimes, how many times you get this, you guys? You see both of them like, oh my God, he sent me both of them. That's because not that many people follow up. Not that many people hit that like button. Yes, we got the Our Bottom Line keychain. There it is with the decal inside of it, as well as the Our Bottom Line Purple Sunday logo, signature Our Bottom Line logo right there. Peel that off, put it on something. We'll put it up in the post notification area. Let's keep on moving forward because we got a lot more news to cover. Let's go.
I think accountability started with the statement, it started with letting the guard go, and no one wants to see a black business go out of business. However, we do want to make sure that any business is protecting its patrons.
For Mr. Vance, he says the sidewalk is also a major issue.
It's been like that for the longest. And they never had nothing out there to board it up or anything to make it safe.
Our cameras found open gaps in the concrete with few safeguards to stop someone from falling in. Bass says without fixes in place, someone else could get hurt.
They need to pour the rest of that cement in there and go ahead and finish the job that they were doing. It looks like they were pouring a new sidewalk, and it looks like they got to get to that area. Even the wood that's there is going to basically stay there because it's being held as like a mold. Once they pour the rest of the concrete, they're going to level it off, and that's going to be the edge of the sidewalk. Could they have probably covered it better or did something? Possibly, but 9 times when the city, they don't do stuff like that. Let's keep on moving forward. That was just a very scary situation right there. And he's really lucky that he didn't break that man's neck from the force when he pushed him down. He's so lucky that that man didn't lose his life. Anybody know where Tumble is? Tomball. Where is Tumble at? We got this 70 mice. Are you serious? Oh God, if you don't like mice, I understand if you don't want to watch this one right here because, woo, this lady right here, 70 mice found in an elderly woman's apartment as neighbors stepped in to help, along with a fantastic exterminator. She's still fighting it, you guys, but I'm going to tell you one thing. This is somebody that needed the community to step in. Come on, you guys. I don't know where Tumble is at. You might want to find out because if she live anywhere next to you, oh, it's in Houston. Let's go.
And first at 6 o'clock, a story you'll only see here on KHU 11. After seeing our story, a Houston area man decided to help an 87-year-old woman we told you about living with mice inside her Tomball apartment.
We first told you about her infested home last week. After that story aired, an exterminator stepped up and stepped in to get rid of the rodents free of charge.
And what he found turned out to be much worse than expected. KHU 11's Michelle Choi back in Tomball tonight.
Some of the worst stuff that you can deal with, and I had a situation like that before in one of my tenants' apartments where An older man, very nice person, where it's like kept on popping up on him, and there's nothing that you can do when it's an elderly person. So the best thing that you can do is try to close up all of the holes. You're gonna have to constantly put traps out, and also look at the places that they can enter, because they will eat through things, and it's not a game. They will eat through something to get through. Trust me. You want to try to use metal barriers and things like that. Over time, you will be able to deal with them though and get them out of there.
Yeah, guys, Miss Janice says since we stopped by last week, though, now
And yes, a cat, but not the cat that he had, because the cat was just as old as he was.
mice they've caught has jumped to 70. Meanwhile, the exterminator who's helping her says inside her apartment, what he found points to a much bigger problem. Days after K311 first shared Janice Crow's plea,
I need help. Desperate.
support from the community poured in.
They've been bringing me food, encouragement, phone calls.
Including one local exterminator who says he couldn't ignore Miss Janice's dire
It
situation.
ain't like her crib ain't clean. I mean, come on.
How grateful are you for his services?
He was a godsend. I kid you not. I lost tears over that. It was like, oh boy, I've been saved by somebody who really cares.
The exterminator asked to remain anonymous but agreed to speak to us by phone. What stood out most to you about the severity of the infestation?
Basically, all the droppings everywhere throughout the place, in her stove, in her dishwasher.
Last week, while we interviewed Miss Janice, we could hear mice moving around. Today, we found another dead mouse under her dishwasher. The exterminator sealed several entry points, but says mice had eaten through insulation inside appliances and nested throughout the apartment.
The amount that she has in her unit is pretty high.
He says properly sanitizing the apartment will take even more work, totaling more than $2,000 in.
He doesn't want any. He don't want nobody to know his exterminating company. He doesn't want any publicity from it. He's only doing it out of the kindness of his heart. He's putting a team together himself to solve this problem. Come on, you guys. Props to this exterminator.
Services he's donating for free.
These things carry so much diseases, you know. So I'm gonna throw that in as well for her. I'm gonna bring the team, do a sanitation for her, you know, get her as comfortable as possible and, you know, reclaim her place again.
Ms. Janice says management's response so far has been limited to sticky traps, poison, and spraying.
I was very discouraged because I wasn't getting help from management like I thought they should do.
We circled back with apartment management about the exterminator's findings. The property manager declined to provide a statement, but told KG11 they've continued inspecting and treating Miss Janice's apartment and say neighbors directly next door and below her have not reported mice issues. Management also says staff has repeatedly encouraged Miss Janice to continue cleaning the apartment as treatment efforts continue. But the exterminator worries the issue could spread beyond just one unit.
Once you secure her unit,
The true. I wasn't licensed and I was able to do almost the same thing. So I get what you're trying to say. We see your capital letters really trying to say maybe he's not licensed. We get you. Anything else?
the traffic is going elsewhere. It's a gamble on where they decide to go.
For now, after months of fear and sleepless nights, Miss Janice says she's finally starting to feel hope again.
I love him. He has helped me sleep.
A renter's right expert I talked to tells me residents like Miss Janice should first document concerns in writing and send those complaints to apartment management via certified mail. He also says tenants dealing with health or mobility challenges can request reasonable accommodations, and if they're denied, that could potentially violate federal protections under the Fair Housing Act. All steps Miss Janice says she will be taking.
That's right, Zion's choice. May not be licensed, but full of heart. Exactly. There you go. He did a job that he will receive blessings from. There we go. What else we got over here from the smart people? I mean, after all, it is what it is. What happens that started all of this on this ship? Mice, rats, and droppings. What else we got? 55 Coffee House. Neighbors didn't complain, but also didn't get inspected. Oh, you know what? You're right about that one. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. But I'm going to tell you like this. It's not a good thing to have them around. You got to get rid of them immediately. I do not play if I see one. I got all the holes plugged up in here because I learned from an old school super. Because what you're supposed to do, if you're really paying attention, you get you some glass. You hear me? Listen. You break the glass up in a cardboard box. Make sure that you're covering your eyes and everything. Put on gloves. You break the glass up in a cardboard box as much as you can. Get yourself a little spatula or something like that that you can use as like a spoon. You put inside of that hole. Yeah, you put that glass inside of there. Right, right, right. And then you go ahead and close it up with the plaster, because when they try to go ahead and bite through there, haka, haka, haka. And yes, they will. There's been cases of mice doing that, and I don't even want to tell you what the rest of how it goes down. But you don't want to just have regular hole patches and stuff like that, especially in a city apartment. No, you want to put glass in there. What kind? Maybe the kind that you can get from like a mason jar or a Hellman's mayonnaise jar or something like that. And you put that glass in that hole, and now you let them go on over there. And they say that they'll lick their hole and split their heads themselves. It's so nasty. Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but it got out. So yeah, that's how you do it. You got to keep on moving forward. Tell me you're a killer without saying it. Yep, I don't play. That's what we got to do. Break that glass up, put it in the hole. Then you hit it with that sheet, that spackle. Or if you want to get creative, mix the spackle with the glass and then put it inside the hole. I bet you they ain't coming through there again. If you get it through there, you better name him Hercules. Y'all know that joke, right? Let's keep on moving forward, because this is not a funny situation. It is time to talk about justification. Not a good situation, but justification, because this idiot, Heediot, got what he deserved. This DoorDash driver got pow while he was lost. He went and rang somebody's bell for directions. He literally said, "I'm lost. Can you help me?" He didn't get any help. God told him to get out of there. He went to leave, and this guy came out powing at his car. One of those powers went through the man's car into his back. He's no longer alive. Check this out, you guys. Double tap that screen, because he's finally going to get sentenced for this situation here. And what did he get? 70. That's right, you guys. 70 years for doing this. I think he did. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. 17. Probably should have got more.
49-year-old John Riley is going to state prison for 17 years.
17.
It all stems from this incident in Riley's driveway last May. 24-year-old DoorDash driver Alfred Berry's
He should have got more for it. He should have got more.
phone was dead. He knocked on Riley's door asking to charge his phone. Riley ordered Berry to leave. As Berry was leaving, Riley came out front and fired his gun 3 times. The third shot went through Berry's car and pierced his back.
There has to be some sense of responsibility.
Berry's attorney says he was surprised Riley got so much time. The judge sentenced Riley to 17 years on first-degree assault. He also sentenced him to 7 years on second-degree assault, which will run concurrently to the first-degree assault sentence. So 17 years is the total.
I take no pleasure in the incarceration of anyone. I'm sure he's sorry at this point, but as the judge said, there has to be some form of punishment to rationalize it.
Riley's appealing the sentence. His attorney was hoping that since the jury didn't convict Riley of any intent-based counts, including murder and intentional assault, the judge might go lighter on Riley.
We're a bit disappointed about that, but we have our appellate rights. We think we're going to have a very strong appeal on this case, so we'll see how that shakes out.
Orange County District Attorney David Hoover says the lengthy sentence imposed on this defendant justly reflects depraved indifference to human life. It is yet another example of the consequence of the use of dangerous firearms by an individual who had no business possessing a gun.
He should have got more time. I'm thinking that 17 is not enough. I don't know how many of you guys thinking, but if you agree that 17 years was not enough, I'm going there and making my own one up right now. I don't think that was enough time. If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up. If you don't agree with me, give me a thumbs down. If you think he should have got more time, thumbs up. 17 wasn't enough to me. He should have got 25. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys.
Riley's attorney says he'll be filing a notice of appeal within the next 30 days. Meanwhile, Berry is suing Riley for negligence and suing the town of Chester for negligent trading practices. Those proceedings are ongoing. In Goshen, Orange County, Ben Nandy, News 12.
Lucky, talking about 12 years, 17 years for something like that. Somebody else would have did that, and somewhere else they would have got 25 years for some craziness like that. I want to pray for the family. I want to pray for the guy that lost his life just doing a regular job, minding his business. He lost power on his phone. Went to someone's house to try to get his phone powered up. Innocent conversation, rang the bell. You guys, he saw that this kid was no threat at all. Only thing he was trying to do was get his phone charged. You never do nothing like that to anybody. And he's so lucky he only got 17 years. So yes, I want to pray for the soul of this person that lost his life, his family as well, as his parents and people that are probably suffering behind this situation. And hopefully they got a little bit of closure when they found this person when he got arrested. And this is hopefully enough for them too. Amen. No one should die trying to get their phone charged. What if it was just a wrong person, wrong house? You don't come outside doing that. Should have got more time. We got to keep on moving forward now because we got another situation right here. There's a family of a slain Houston mechanic. They reacts after the kill after they the power got his. Watch this. Check this. I don't even want to say those words. This one got 40 years because of a Houston mechanic.
Hoover makes a chilling statement after he is sentenced for killing a mechanic just 2 days before Christmas. And today he pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 40 years in prison.
You guys are seeing how young these fools are now, right?
The only camera in the courtroom when the sentence was handed down. Aniela Ruiz, who's covered this story from the beginning, was there as a reaction from the family. Aniela?
Well, the family relieved that he got the maximum during this plea deal. For nearly 4 years, Luis Casillas' family has carried the pain of losing him. The mechanic and father was gunned down outside his North Houston shop just 1 day before Christmas Eve. Today, they finally came face to face with one of the men responsible. 23-year-old Raudel Orozco pled guilty to murder. Inside the courtroom, witnesses described a terrifying and heartbreaking scene.
Two defendants pull out guns.
One witness, whose identity is being concealed for safety reasons, testified he watched Luis surrounded by a group of young men. He said Raudel carried an AK-47 and describes how Luis begged for his life.
Oh man, you ain't got to do this. I got a wife and kids. And the defendant stated, I told you not to play with me in a split range. And that's when I heard the gun go off.
Another witness recalled hearing the same desperate pleas.
Luis raised his hand and said, please don't shoot me. I have a wife and 2 kids, 2 little girls. After that, the shot was fired.
The event, one witness said, replays in his head.
I see Luis every day.
Investigators said some of the suspects fled to Mexico after the shooting before eventually returning. Authorities still have not recovered the murder weapon or the vehicle tied to the case. Defense attorneys argued the shooting was accidental.
Believe that he had stolen this truck. They dropped it off the day before, and already the next day they were informed that it was gone.
But the judge in the end said she didn't
Going pow somebody over a truck.
Agree with the defense.
The court is going to sentence you to 40 years.
For Luis's family, the sentence brought tears of relief and heartbreak all at once. His sister says even after listening to their pain in court, Raudel would not look at them. And as deputies led him away, he turned and threatened the family in Spanish, telling them, I'll be out someday. Still, Luis's loved ones say the judge saw through it all.
I didn't see any remorse on him. It seemed that he didn't really care. And I'm glad the judge saw that.
Well, the case is not over today. The brother of Raudel is expected to appear in court soon. He's also being charged with murder. In downtown Anayeli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
Oh man, all of these fools not even supposed to be in the country doing nonsense like that. I definitely want to pray for the senseless loss, the life lost of the mechanic. Want to pray for the family that's still going through this tragic event right now, you guys. Want to pray for strength. I want to pray for love and togetherness and some sort of peace to come across them. Hopefully the 40-year sentence will straighten the other one out, even though he tried to say something slick about when he comes out or whatever. When you come out, you're going to be about 70, so you ain't got to worry about that. And hopefully they bring that up every single time you go to parole. People like that do not need to be out on our streets. I want to pray for safety for all of our people out here. And hopefully, Lord, you keep us under safety and away from situations like this. Again, strength to the family, love to the family, and hopefully they'll be able to get past this situation. Amen. We asked that today. Let's keep on going, you guys. We got to get on over to Orlando. We got the police that are announcing arrest in the Evict fraud scheme. Uh-oh, EVET? What's going on with this fraud scheme right here? Oh, I'm sorry. EBT. More fraud. Okay, you guys. I don't know if anybody going to tell the truth, but we kind of have a lot of people that come through here. Anybody know anybody that know anybody that know anybody that knows anybody? that got their EBT card scammed, where they probably put it through a swiper, and the next thing you know, they had 200 something dollars, but next thing you know, they have nothing, nothing. They done took all their money. That's right, you guys. They do that. They let us swipe one time. You can do a $2 sale. Next thing you know, in Florida, they just got you. Next thing you know, in Chicago, it's coming up as you done wiped out your whole EBT account. Pretty sad for some families, you guys. Let's think about it. Let's keep on going into it. Let's see what type of news they got going on with this fraud scheme where people are getting their EBT cards drained in Orlando. Let's go. Only tonight, Orlando police busted what they describe as an organized fraud group involved in a scheme using stolen EBT card information. Well, those fake cards were used at multiple stores, wasting thousands of dollars in EBT funds. Swatch Patrick Perez dug through the lengthy arrest reports. He's joining us live from the Orange County Jail tonight. And Patrick, this alleged scheme goes as far back as October of last year. Somebody said, I heard that the gas station was letting people buy gas with it right outside of the college. Mike, you serious? Well, you know they have money on that card too, right?
And Luana, I actually spoke with one of the victims. She told me she could not believe it when she checked her balance and saw that it was $0 and she was not the only one. 5 people faced more than 100 charges combined for their alleged roles in what Orlando police say was an elaborate fraud scheme involving EBT cards. According to an arrest report, police say the suspects used fake cards with stolen information from real EBT cards believed to have been skimmed to make small purchases at places like this Wawa on South Goldenrod Road. The receipts would then show how much money was available in each account. Police say the suspects bought cases of energy drinks and coffee from multiple stores in Orlando, including this Walmart also on South Goldenrod Road, draining the victims' accounts. The report says victims reported discovering their accounts depleted or declined when attempting to purchase groceries for themselves or their household. Police allege the group stashed the products at several storage units before taking them to a food and beverage warehouse where they were sold for a profit. Detectives investigated a total of 37 incidents within the city of Orlando, all between October 2025 and April of this year. They ended up identifying at least 29 victims. Overall, police say the group stole more than $5,000 in EBT funds.
I would just say it because it's like, okay, I've been waiting all night to purchase what items I got. Why would you do that to somebody like that? I mean, you don't even know the person, or you can really honestly care less.
Of the 5 suspects, police say Carlos Ruben Gomez Jimenez, Mainta Lazar Mesa Labrada, and Carlos Luis Diaz Jimenez were primarily responsible for buying the products using stolen card information. They face multiple charges, including racketeering, criminal use of personal identification information, and public assistance fraud. And those 3 suspects you saw there still remain here at the Orange County Jail tonight. I did reach out to the Orlando Police Department to find out the whereabouts of the other 2 suspects. Covering Orange County, live in Orlando tonight, I'm Patrick Perez, Watch 2 News. That's crazy. They're going to be inside the cell. People are going to be like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I tried to get paid. They came under the... Like, let me ask you a question. What you locked up for? EBT fraud. What? EBT fraud. Come on, man, I can't hear you. What you in here for? EBT fraud. What? EBT? Stealing people food stamps? Man, if you don't... Let's keep on going, you guys, because this is crazy. We got another situation here, and that was Orlando, but you know they never fail when it come down to that, to Florida. I mean to Miami. They always got the goods. Let's keep it moving while we're at it. We got 4 women who are accused of jumping a pregnant worker in Fishers. Now this was a violent fight, you guys, and a lot of these stories I don't even need anybody to tell me the premise. I'm so good at this point. I'm like, hold on a minute. Couple of minutes into the conversation, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Just like the other day, when that lady went up to that Planet Fitness and made that worker walk her around, she went through the subscription thing and everything like that. But as soon as she went to walk her around, she grabbed that and just started woo whap, woo whap, woo whap. You know what that was? That was the girlfriend saying, "Oh, you think I won't go up there and find that bitch? You think I won't? You think if I don't find this, oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna make another account. I'm gonna find out what y'all doing and watch me slide on this heifer." And yes, it happens a lot. So don't get surprised when you hear about these situations, ladies and gentlemen. It just happens to be a lot of women getting slid on for messing with somebody, man. Y'all ready? Who know the song? Y'all ready? Don't mess with my man. I'll be the one that bring it to you.
Don't mess with my man. I know it sounds pretty messed up because she was pregunta, but hey, ain't nobody tell you to mess with her man. Cause she'll be the one to bring it to you. Come on, y'all. I think I ain't know what was going on with this one. Gotta bring this all the way back because I just made a mistake and brought it up. So let's open that screen and here we go. Check this out.
Getting to other headlines for tonight. 4 women are now in jail after a violent attack at a Qdoba and Fisher.
The victim is pregnant, and according to court documents,
Oh, and this bitch got the nerve to be pregnant, talking about she whatever. Oh, I don't even care. Yeah, they went there. You see the neck? You got to do it all together. It's this. That's the Jawaka Tima right there. What? Oh, you think, bitch? I don't give a fuck. What the hell? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? That's how this went down.
suspects may have tried to kill her unborn baby. Tonight, Fox 59's Max Lewis tells us what sparked the attack.
They stabbed me. They were trying to stab me in my stomach. I had to protect myself, so I got like stab wounds all over my hand.
The victim, who asked us not to use her name, showed us the wounds inflicted when 4 women showed up at the Qdoba where she works and jumped her. It happened at the restaurant's location on 96th Street on Sunday night. The victim tells us her fellow employees tried to stop them.
They told the team members they'll smack out of them and beat out of them if they didn't move out the way. So they pushed them. And one group came up. We was fighting for like at least 20 seconds, and that's when they started jumping me.
Prosecutors say the ringleader.
Now that's Key Lolo right there. Key Lolo ain't no joke. Y'all remember Key Lolo? Key Lolo. It's Key Low. That's right. Low. Y'all know what I'm talking about here.
Prosecutors say the ringleader was 21-year-old Anaya Gooch. The victim says she and Gooch were both, quote, messing around with the same man, and that's what sparked the fight.
So basically, she was mad at me because I was having his kid, and I guess she couldn't have the kids. This is literally where it came to.
Court records say during the attack, Anaya Gooch.
Her last name is Gooch. Anybody remember? Now the world don't move to the beat of different drums. What might belong to you? Y'all remember the bully's name? The Gooch?
Her sister Deja took out knives and began trying to stab the victim in the stomach.
She did try to stab a victim who was pregnant with a knife in the stomach, however, missed and cut her hand instead. There is information in the probable cause affidavit that the defendant was then live streaming on social media afterward that the baby is dead.
The Gooches, along with their accused accomplices, Derek Jackson and Aramonia Malone, were charged today with felony.
Oh my God. The one on the end on the right, I'm talking about straight up college football. Nobody would have a problem with her joining the team. Don't play. This is one person you guys wouldn't mind. I'm talking about the male football team right here. Come on, this is what? I know y'all be, you shouldn't do put men in women's sports. Man. This one here, exception needs to be made. Reversal, woman in men's sports. Here we got an accepted person right here. I don't even got to explain why. Do you guys see that neck and that mug on this one here? Oh my God. Imagine she come in the house talking about, what would you do with me if I came in your house 20, and you could, what would you do for me if I came in your house? Honestly, baby, I'll be doing this. I will get into my best Deion Sanders, my OJ. I would be trying to get around your behind, like, how can I get to the door? Because ain't no way in hell it's going down with nothing big like that. Oh no, keep that. I'm good.
Battery on a pregnant woman. All of them appeared in court this afternoon. The victim says the women should have handled the situation like adults.
Or really could have been on some grown woman stuff because it ain't nothing, ain't no pressure about no boy. But shoot, they get what they get. So I'm not.
She said, I could have been on some grown woman stuff, but I had to snitch. She got that bonnet on. She ain't trying to reveal what that head looked like. She got that purple bonnet on trying to cover that up.
They are.
In Fisher's Max Lewis, Fox 59 News.
Lord have mercy. I'm scared looking at your picture. She don't got to make a mean face. She don't got to do nothing. I bet you as soon as she came through the prison, whoever was running the jail, like, whoever the gangster was like, it's yours. What do you mean? You run the jail now. I don't want to fight. I know they're going to send you to me saying that I'm the one that's running everything. I'm telling all y'all right here, right now, she got it. Straight up and down. I'm not playing with nothing that big at all. She got the bullies being scared. What? Man, listen, then you had the nerve to bring her. Yeah, we gonna bring Kaswana over there too. Now y'all bringing Kaswana. Y'all need some money because y'all already won with that. As soon as I hear her name, y'all won. Let's go. We got to keep on moving forward, you guys. Yeah, that was some nonsense right there. We already know what that was about. We got to get on over to Rhode Island where a disturbance breaks out at the beaches of Rhode Island. Yes, a lot of takeovers and a lot of things that happen all over. It's getting hot out here. I literally went to the park yesterday and it was burning up out there. So I see why people are angry. I see people that was normally nice, and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" Son of a son. I'm like, "Damn, bro, is that hot?" Okay, cool. I think the heat brings out a lot of happiness in certain people and a lot of anger in a lot of other people. You guys, y'all got to be careful when it get hot outside, because you know the temperatures change and so do people. Let's see what's going on over here. This disturbing breaks out on the beach on Rhode Island.
Beach brawls, two popular local beaches, two scenes where violent fights break out. Police in Middletown and Narragansett bringing out the cuffs today after multiple reported fights, including a stabbing. In total, 12 people were arrested on the sand. Viewers captured the chaos on camera as many beachgoers ran for their lives. Stay up tonight with Dan Janik.
Brawl star.
Police are still looking for the person who took a knife to the beach. The 19's John Perrick is live with the very latest. John.
Yeah, Patrice and Dan, and multiple police officers were assaulted here. Authorities tell us one even hit by a suspect's car as he tried to flee. Now, all of this happening during what's known as a local senior skip day for many high schools around here. Now, it's a day many will like to forget.
And they probably won't get that skip day next year because of what happened. But guess what you guys might be able to get if you all of a sudden make a miracle happen and get those likes up to 500. There's a chance where you'll be seeing 6 decals. That's right. If you guys can get those likes up to 500 likes, I will be selecting 6 random people to send our bottom line decals to, as well as 6 more random people to send the our bottom line keychain to. That blue film on there is something that you peel off so that it won't have a scratch once you deliver it. Once you get it, you can take the film off. That's the our bottom line keychain right there, and the our bottom line decal. We're gonna give out some incentives today. Let's see if we can get those likes up to 500. Let's keep going.
There was a bunch of screams, and everyone started running.
Hot temperatures, even hotter tempers.
They're fighting the cops, get pepper sprayed. So I saw a couple of punches, and then I didn't really see the knife.
A perfect beach day in Middletown and Narragansett ends in violence. In Narragansett, police say 3 people were hurt after a stabbing here at the town beach. Video shows the chaos.
I didn't really see him get stabbed, but you could make out what was going on.
Beachgoers ran for their lives.
People just running that way. We see people running that way. I see fight or flight just take off. I took off. I'm running. I'm out of there.
No one was arrested in connection to the reported stabbing.
And we really do send them out. I send them out personally. I'm gonna tell you guys right here. Matter of fact, do I have one right here? I'm gonna show you guys how we do it. How many guys that know I'm telling the truth? How many guys received theirs already? How many people already received theirs? That's right. You receive it like this, right inside of a regular envelope that I write on. I'm already ready with one right here. Look at this. Ready to go. Ready to go. All I need is an address. Look at that. Already got the stamp on it and all of that. I don't play around. I send it myself. How many people received theirs already? Let them know how we go. There we do. There we go.
But 2 people face assault and resisting arrest charges after another fight at the Narragansett Beach. Meanwhile, in Middletown at Second Beach,
Lots of blood.
a beach brawl ends with 9 Fall River and Medway teenagers arrested. Police say officers were assaulted too while trying to break up the fight. Police used pepper spray to control the scene.
So there was a big fight, and then we saw a bunch of people holding up pepper spray. A bunch of people were getting pepper sprayed. They evacuated everybody on the beach.
As people were dispersing from Second Beach.
Why did they both grab their shades at the same time when she said they were getting pepper sprayed? Like, what's going on out here? I'm telling you guys, we got to get our youth. We got to get our teens to start acting right, you guys. And it all starts at home, you guys. The parents, guys, got to start corralling these teens. I know that they're getting older and they don't want to listen, but you're going to have to start doing something, because if not, what's going to happen is they're going to wind up being, watch your head. Or worse, they might come for you because that's going to be soon what's going to be happening, you guys. They're going to start going for the parents of these teens that's acting up, fines and much more. Let's keep on going over to the financial district. I can't even believe something like this happened. There's a crazy video that captures a car, boom, right in front of the running bull. I don't know, you guys. It doesn't feel right. It just does not feel right. I really got to be honest with you. It just feels like there's something more along with this story here, especially with the way that the extra flame came out of that car. Seems like there's some sort of a mission statement here, or maybe some sort of extra thing going on that I don't want to mention. I want you guys to actually look at this yourself and tell me what you think. Also, let me tell you another thing. Don't stick around for nonsense. If you feel like something's gonna happen, you got your damn cooler there, leave the cooler, whatever. Get the hell out of there. I'm serious, you guys, because your life is way more valuable than an item. Also, if you see something breaking out in a restaurant or anything like that, if you're feeling nervous, get your family out of there and get the hell out of there. Don't even wait around. I'm serious now. Let's keep on going forward. I want you to see this right here. We got people over here that's playing video, that's looking at something on fire, but they're not thinking about that fire could possibly get bigger. Check this out. A car is down there on fire next to the running bull, but watch the flame as it grows.
Evet arkadaşlar, boğanın önündeyiz.
Oh, so now you want to run. But before y'all was getting content, making videos and all of that. That's what I'm talking about. Now, the firefighters responded to the blaze and extinguished it, but the fire after was very thick black smoke poured through the financial district. Another thing that you do not want to do is inhale that black smoke. There you go, Zion. I'm out. For real. Out of here. Yeah, look at the smoke now. That's when the smoke is saying, now you can't leave. Now you got to inhale me. Now you got to have me all over your body. You don't know what type of smoke I am. Exactly. And I don't know if you guys heard, but it just said, yeah, I don't know if it's something else going on with that. And those that don't know, the bull is on the other side. That's the street that leads to it. So where they're at is where the bull is at. And to me, that don't look like no regular flame, but y'all can call it what y'all want. Talking about a car on what? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Evet arkadaşlar, boğanın önündeyiz.
I'm sorry, but it's just something about that flame that look different than me, y'all. It just look a little too extra fishy, something extra going on right there. A little too high. Look like something is spewing out. Now, if they would have said maybe a gas truck or a mechanic truck or something like that, okay, cool. But a regular car doing all of that with all of them flames and all of that coming out of there, nah, I don't believe all that. I think it's something else going on with that. But hey, call me what you want. Let's keep on moving forward. And no, you don't want to breathe that crap. Get up out of there. They over here like this. Oh, look, and coming in live. Yeah, I'd have been up the block already. And I do YouTube. I'd have been like, nah, I'm good. Something going on down there. You guys, something going on down the block. Yeah, we would have been saying it walking. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got a crazy situation where a train slams into a septic truck. Do you blame the truck or do you blame the train? I don't know. But I think the cab just missed the truck. And I know that what was being carried definitely got hit. Come on, you guys. You know, we try to give the best content around here to show you guys. So now we got a situation over here. I don't even know where this was at. Let me go ahead and cheat and see if I can find out. Okay, let's see where this is at. Virginia. Okay, Virginia. Y'all ready for this? I got to open this up first because there's not even going to be no time to wait. Y'all ready? Make sure that everybody looking. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? We got a septic trap. I don't know if this is one of them caller heads, Johnny on the spot. This truck right here takes out the septic up out of the ground and stuff like that. It gets hit by a train. in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Holy
Imagine you was in the way of all that water, that doo-doo, that septic, that ugh. Imagine you got to clean that up. Oh, and we hoping that the guy that was driving that is alive. Somebody in the comments said, "Oh shit, that's right. That's a good thing to say." Oh shit, oh yeah. Lucky it ain't oil or some chemicals, right? The impact sent sewage spewing onto the Virginia's road and leaving a driver with life-threatening injuries.
Holy holy oh my god! What the holy we just hit a truck in Malco and private crossing and
Said something about private crossing. It was a private crossing. How's that a private crossing? That's crazy. Luckily, it was something. It wasn't something flammable, environmental hazard. Idiots crossing the railroad. Driver. They said it was very. I don't know if he made it, but we're gonna keep on looking into it, you guys, and see if he makes it. We want to pray for him just in case. They said it's life threatening, but we don't know if he made it or not. So we're gonna find out. Keep following up with the story. Yes, you always get stories like that from our bottom line because we like to go just a little bit further. Still want to pray for the family as well as him and anybody that was affected by the situation. We ask that you accept him into heaven if he does lose his life, Lord. And please, if not, let's try to give him a full recovery. I mean, like, I don't know what happened. That's why I'm saying both sides because I don't know. But I do want to pray for him. Amen. Because I don't know what happened and what happened to him after that, if he lost his life or if he's fighting for it. But hopefully he's fighting for his life and he gets through this situation, you guys. Never want anything like that to happen to somebody. He's doing his damn job. You know, even if you make a mistake, you do not deserve to die doing your damn job. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we're going to try to put it in the air and try to come down to a calm. Yes, you guys, all of you that put it in the air, this is for you. Burn, burn, burn. Burn, burn, burn. And when I do that, I'm talking about massive quantities. I'm talking about pounds. I'm talking about that green stuff that you guys love so much. I'm not talking about money. No, I'm talking about buds. I'm talking about growing on the vine. I'm talking about what you may be putting in the air. Put it in the air right now. Yeah, just got to go into it. You guys ready? We're coming in the party with the split fuss and see. That's the only place that y'all really want to be. But sadly, sadly, we got a situation here where they caught so much pounds that there's going to be so many people angry. There's a man outside the spot right there like, what you mean y'all shut it down? Yeah, man, they must have found a good spot because, got a situation here where a repeat offender in the Bronx at a cannabis shop gets raided for the third time in 2 years. And when you guys see it coming out of there, burn, burn, burn. No, don't burn that. Give it to me. Burn, burn, burn. Where you taking that? Burn, burn, burn.
They say the third time's the charm, but this marijuana shop somehow keeps popping up at the same facility, 516 Timpson Place. There are no signs letting you know this is a weed shop, but the product is certainly there. The sheriff's department says more than 500 pounds of illegal cannabis products were hiding behind these walls, but now it's closed down, sealed by NYPD chains.
and then you go ahead and you raid these guys. I mean, for what?
Neighbors could not.
And then you go in here and you raid these guys. I mean, for what? I mean, I can't even go get my satin. You already know what he wanted to say, right? Hold on a minute. Hold on, y'all. Hold on a minute. Pops says, man, Pops is mad.
Sealed by NYPD chains.
Then you go in here and you bring these guys, I mean,
For what? Neighbors could not understand the raid. Well, until they saw the stash.
God, that's all we.
Investigators were first tipped off by this van carrying more than 300 pounds of cannabis products ready to be sold. Police arrested 2 people inside that car. The driver, who was without a license, and the other suspect, who sheriffs say has 2 open warrants. Now, according to a summons from the Department of Finance, the company that's operating out of this facility is known as Boogotti. It's the same one that police say had been behind the last 3 drug busts dating back to 2024. This time, they were hit for selling THC edibles, cannabis flower, vapes, oils. It's the fact that they did not have a license to do so and that these products were untested that made it illegal. In fact, it's too close to a school, a house of worship, or a public youth facility. More than 1,200 pounds of weed products worth an estimated $3.2 million were seized from Boogotti in August of last year, including an imitation gun, meth, and $21,000 in cash. The year before, the same facility connecting 522 and 516 tips in place was also the site of a $10 million drug bust. This time, the sheriff's department says Boogotti was using the building as storage, but
Yo, do y'all see this?
is this enough to keep out the illegal sellers for good? Hopefully it'll be done. In Mott Haven, Mike Lamore, News 12 The Bronx.
Yo, imagine rolling up to go get your sack that day. You coming to get your little stash. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know Boogotti got it. You like that. Hey, yo, what the? No, cuz what that say right there? Shut them down for what? Edibles, THC products, and oh man, man, this is my that older man was mad. He was probably about to pull up and get his stash too. Probably about to go get his stash too. What you got? Don't need no assistance with disposal. Hey, Smokey, nah, what do you say? No, they won't bust us again. Let's just do it right here, guys. I got you. I know what you're saying. Let's do it again because they're not gonna expect us to stay in the same place. Uncle Sam, once they cut. Yeah, you guys, he got his cut all right. Got his cut for real. Now it's time for everybody that stood around. So happy for you guys because you're gonna win what? You're gonna win right now the Our Bottom Line Health and Wellness section. Now coming in first, I gotta put some fat on your brains. You guys, a friend of mine said to me yesterday, I'm just gonna put it like this. I'm just gonna keep it like this. I'm gonna say a closed mouth does not get fed. An open mind without opportunity will never have a chance. If you change your mindset, you can change your life. That's what I'll say. A closed mind does not get fed. An open mind without opportunity will never happen or never has a chance to move forward. If you change, you got to give the opportunity a chance. If you change your mindset, you can change your life. I believe in those things. Now, win like an eagle. Another thing is like I've heard from a lot of people saying, this person's saying that about you, that person's saying something about you, this person's saying something about you. A friend of mine came over to me and said something very small, very calm to me. He said, yo, Boogotti, eagles don't worry about what pigeons are doing. I was like, oh. After that, I was like, thank you so much, bro. He said, Boogotti, eagles don't worry about what pigeons are doing. Real talk. Keep on moving forward, you guys. And speaking of the eagle, because the eagle is the king of birds, therefore, he does not seek approval. Instead, he decides to execute by example. The eagle embodies the qualities of the master, the eagle mentality. The eagle can spot prey from 3 miles away. If I'm soaring in the skies and I'm an eagle, I can spot prey from 3 miles away. That's vision that no other person can have. That means that my vision is much different from anybody else's. A lot of you guys may have visions, opportunities, but you're not taking full advantage of them. Why? Because you're not seeing clear. You're not seeing clear like the eagle. Why won't you be seeing clear? Because there's a lot of loud music going on. There's a lot of stuff that get in our way. We got the internet, social media, and all of this stuff that really gets our vision to be blocked. But if we think like the eagle and focus on our achievements, there's no way that we can't make it happen. Let's go, you guys. It's time to get into it. We got to get into the health and wellness section today, and that's going to be win like an eagle. Wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle. Let my spirit carry me. Why don't you fly? Come on, you guys. Teach you something. Let me put some fat on your brain. That's how Pimp C used to say it. Let's put some fat on our brains and let's get educated over here. Win like an eagle. Best motivation video. Yeah, it's time for motivation. We do it all when it comes down to health and wellness. I'm not going to play around because we don't got that much time. Getting right into it. Win like an eagle. Best motivational video. Please, you guys. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say please because you're going to want to anyway. Daily wisdom 24/7. That's the channel. We got to get into it. Let's go.
My friend, if you wish to rise above the ordinary, study the eagle. The eagle is not just a bird, it is a living philosophy. For centuries, kings, empires, and nations have chosen the eagle as their symbol because it embodies the qualities that every human needs to master in order to become a master at anything. Let me walk you through these qualities one by one and show you how to develop what we can call the eagle mentality.
Come on, y'all. Let's go.
1. Keen vision. The eagle can spot prey from nearly 3 miles away.
Prey doesn't have to be anything you're trying to kill. Prey could be opportunity. Pay attention.
Its eyesight is up to 8 times sharper than that of humans. This means an eagle can see a rabbit moving in tall grass from the height of a skyscraper. Most people live life blurry, distracted by noise, chasing everything but seeing nothing clearly. To live like an eagle, sharpen your vision. Know what you want. Fix your eyes on your purpose and block out distractions. True power belongs to the one who sees further than others and stays locked on the target until it is theirs. 2. Fearless hunters. When an eagle dives, it can reach speeds of 150 miles per hour, striking prey with deadly precision. It does not hesitate. It does not doubt. Opportunities do not wait for the hesitant. When your vision is clear, strike with boldness. Do not circle endlessly in fear of failure. The eagle teaches us that decisive action taken at the right moment is the difference between hunger and triumph. 3. Majestic independence and team spirit.
The difference between hunger and triumph. Common sense. You're either going to strike your goal and be able to eat or you're not. Triumph is striking the goal and getting the meal. Hunger is not getting it, missing the strike.
The eagle is both a solitary ruler and a team player. Alone, it hunts with unmatched skill. It soars high, guards its territory, and needs no flock to survive. Yet, when it comes to building a future, the eagle shows another side. It mates for life, shares the work of building a massive nest, takes turns incubating eggs, and together with its partner, raises the young until they can fly. The eagle teaches a rare balance. In today's world, many lean too far one way. Some cling to others and never grow independent, while others isolate themselves and refuse to cooperate. The eagle shows us that true excellence requires both: the independence to think, to create, to act with courage when you stand alone.
I like that because the eagle is so gangster, they had to get a Hell's Hand. You got to do the voiceover. I like that.
The team spirit to build, to nurture, to share responsibility when the mission demands unity.
You see that?
Like the eagle, you must know when to fly solo and when to join forces. Independence makes you strong, but cooperation makes you complete.
Ooh.
Together they create prime performance. 4. Commitment. Eagles are very committed to their mission at any given time. They are committed when building their nests and
see that face?
raising their young. They do not abandon their responsibility. They nurture their eaglets, feeding them and then training them to fly. Commitment is rare today, yet it is the foundation of greatness. Whether in your family, your craft, or your word, be like the eagle. Honor your commitments. 5. Resilience. Here lies the eagle's most famous quality. When storms rise, small birds hide. But the eagle does the opposite. It flies straight into the storm, using the violent winds to lift itself higher above the clouds. Life will bring storms, hardships, failures, betrayals. Most people run from them. The eagle mentality is to face them, to use the winds of adversity as fuel to rise higher. Your storms are not meant to destroy you. We got a little stormy weather we going through right now. What am I doing? Making sure every one of these shows is fire. Making sure we do our thing. So when it's time, we're going to just go back and reclaim the #1 position that we are, because we're eagles. Now you guys get it, why we don't keep on complaining about little stuff that the pigeons is doing? There we go. They are meant to elevate you. 6. Strength and longevity. An eagle can live up to 30 years in the wild. Its strength and adaptability allow it to dominate for decades. But here's the deeper truth. Halfway through its life, an eagle undergoes a painful renewal. Its beak dulls, its feathers grow heavy, its claws weaken. To survive, it retreats to the mountains, breaks off its old beak, tears out its claws, plucks its feathers, and waits for renewal. Only then can it live longer and stronger. Did you hear that? He breaks his own beak, pulls out his own talons, and just waits to heal better. How many times you guys be going through these bad times and you think that it's going to be the worst, you're never going to make it through. Next thing you know, you start healing and you're getting better. Keep on pushing. Don't never give up. Also, it might be a time for you to do a renewal. Time for you to start working out. Time for you to change things. Time for you to implement different things and to look within and invest in you. Come on, let's keep on going. Sometimes to continue forward, we must let go of what no longer serves us. Old habits, old ways of thinking, even old identities. Renewal is painful, but without it, there is no longevity. The eagle reminds us strength is not just about endurance, but about the courage to transform. 7. Leadership symbolism. From Rome to America, from Egypt to Albania, nations have chosen the eagle as their emblem. Why? Because when an eagle soars, everything beneath it seems small. Its very presence commands respect. Real talk. It is the image of courage, vision, and authority. If you see an eagle, that's gonna make you be like, yo, that's an eagle. Like, you're gonna be seriously, when y'all said y'all see them eagles hunting in the Hudson River, I bet that was major to you. Like, yo, is that an eagle? Because just seeing the beaks and the talon alone is crazy. Their size is phenomenal. Leadership is not about titles or crowns. It is about presence. The way you carry yourself, the clarity of your vision, the courage of your decisions. When you develop the eagle mentality, people will feel your presence before you speak a word. My friend, the eagle mentality is not a myth. It is a discipline. See with clarity, strike with courage, stand in independence, rise through storms, commit with loyalty, renew with strength, and carry yourself with the dignity of a leader. This is how the ordinary human becomes extraordinary. Do not crawl with the chickens when you were born, to soar like the eagle. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. You know we're gonna put that in the Discord today. I might have to listen to that one every single day just on my own. I'm gonna be honest with you. That is inspirational. Makes me want to keep on moving forward. And I can identify with it so much. So many times you're scared to invest in yourself and you finally do, and you're like, yo,
I need to just keep on going because I might as well, because I'd rather do this for myself than somebody else. What you guys got for me? The eagle is the most beautifulest bird I've ever seen. They demand respect. We've got them in Michigan. Whenever we see one take on this, we take it as a sign that day. Good segment, Boogotti. I seen 5 eagles hunt together, and it's terrifying how big they are. I know them joints. Tell them about the wingspan, DJ. Please do me a favor and tell them about the wingspan. I think it's like 16 or something like that, right? Telling you. The wingspan, DJ. That's what you're talking about, right? The how far the wings can go out, right? Crazy. Let's keep on going forward, you guys. And yes, this will be in our health and wellness section. I'm moving because I got another one to bring you. I ain't playing today. Win like an eagle. Best motivational video. Yes, it will be in the health and wellness section today. This is what I want you guys to do on our bottom line as well. Go and press that subscribe button and then hit that down arrow and go to all. And this way we will always be updated on the daily wisdom 247. That's right, the daily wisdom 247. That is the channel that you guys need to subscribe to, because that is the channel that we just got this video from. We always show love and support any channel that we get the content from. Also, we make sure that we put it in our Discord. So if you're not a member of the Discord, that's going to be what I call your problem. We got to get on over into it. I'm going further today because I told you guys about salmon yesterday, kind of peed you off and you didn't think you had any alternatives. Not even playing right now. We still got more time. Let's get into it because I want to add some more years to your life. How about a decade? Anybody interested in adding a decade to their life? We'll keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. You still got a chance to get to the 500 because we're about to go into the real health and wellness section right now. You still got a chance to get 6 keychains. You still got a chance to get 6 decals. That's right, you guys. All we got to do is reach that 500 mark. And I think we have a chance to do it, especially with a segment like this. We got the power belongs to the one who sees longer and the other ones that stick to it. That's right. Let's keep on moving forward because this also has to do with a decade to your life. Let's add a decade to our life if we can do it. Instead of waking up in the morning and eating all sorts of Dunkin' Donuts. I'm going there. That sugary stuff that you be drinking out of there. A donut with the icing on top with the sprinkles. All of that crap. Let's keep it moving forward, you guys. What we really need to be doing is having simple snacks, nuts, peanuts, tree nuts, walnuts, supplements, and things like that. Certain supplements that we can take. When you wake up in the morning, you also want to get some light. You know, we always talking about opening that window, looking at that light and getting that light. If you can go outside, I recommend that you do so. Yes, and if you can walk or go with someone, that's going to help when you're social, with being social with people, which also helps to add years to your life. If you're a hermit, person that likes to be by yourself creatively, I understand that. I am as well. But guess what? People that are more sociable, they live longer. Yep, it's been proven, scientifically proven. We need to get into it, you guys. I got more information for you right now. Because guess what? We got to go right into it. I'm not even playing around right now. We're going to add a decade to your life. I understand people might got to go, and I understand that. But check this out when you get a chance to go to our Discord, because we're going to another one. Add a decade to your life with this simple morning routine, as a doctor explains. Right here, we got Leonid Kim. Leonid Kim, medical doctor. We've been following him as well. I would love to add a decade to my life. Let's see what we can do with this, you guys. Let's go.
Or a demanding workout routine, or some complicated plan that's hard to stick to. But the data points in a very different direction. Just a few simple habits that take just a few minutes can make a very real difference. And when you combine them, they can add up to as much as 20 extra years to your life. There's a large study that actually looked at this across hundreds of thousands of people. It's called the Million Veteran Program Study, where researchers tracked veterans over time, and they looked at 8 different lifestyle factors. At age 40, the difference between doing none of these habits and doing most of them translated to more than 20 additional years of life, up to 24 years in men, and around 20 or more years in women. And here's the most important part. It was not all or nothing. Each additional habit added benefit. So you don't need to be perfect. You just need a few consistent signals repeated over time. And a lot of the signals can happen in the first 5 to 10 minutes every day. So in this video, I'm going to show you a simple morning routine that anyone can do. And it's a routine that brings several of these together. Nothing complicated or extreme like cold plunges or taking weird supplements. Just a few high impact habits that are simple and practical and very effective when you do them consistently. And as always, even though I'm a physician, I'm not your physician. So please talk to your doctor before making any changes.
Same thing we say over
This
here.
video is educational only and not medical advice. Now let's start with something very simple. It takes about 30 seconds and it costs very little, but it has surprisingly strong data behind it. A small handful of nuts in the morning is one of the easiest ways to add years to your life. So there was a study in the New England Journal of Medicine. It was a large prospective study where researchers tracked over 76,000 adults for 3 decades, and they found that participants who ate nuts 7 or more times per week had a 20% lower risk of death from any cause compared to people who never ate them. And this wasn't limited to just one type of nuts. Tree nuts, peanuts, walnuts all showed benefit. And here's why. Nuts are very dense with unsaturated fats, which can improve your heart health. And they're also a very good source of fiber and magnesium and vitamin E and an amino acid called L-arginine. L-arginine helps your body make nitric oxide, that special compound that helps your blood vessels relax and open up, which then supports healthy blood flow and healthy blood pressure. And if I had to choose one from the group, my personal
Walnuts.
walnuts. Walnuts are one of the few plant foods that provide ALA, or alpha-linoleic acid, which is a type of omega-3 fat. Omega-3s help your body make anti-inflammatory compounds.
And you heard of omega-3s in the sardines and all the fish. Guess what? Walnuts actually consistently help you make omega-3s, and they have omega-3s in them. So walnuts, good for you. Just like certain sardines and stuff we talked about with the omega-3s, walnuts also have omega.
At the cellular level. Most people think of fish when they hear omega-3s, and fish is an excellent source. But if you don't eat a lot of fatty fish, well, a daily handful of walnuts is a very simple way to get you a little closer to that goal. Now, let's pair that with something many of you are already doing every morning. Drinking coffee. And this
Yeah, it's actually a good thing, drinking coffee, especially if you get your coffee from Lisa.
surprises a lot of my patients when I talk about
That was a free plug, Lisa. I got you.
But coffee is not just a caffeine delivery system. It has real, measurable benefits when it comes to longevity. And caffeine is not actually the main reason why. A large study published in JAMA Internal Medicine tracked hundreds of thousands of adults over time, and it found that drinking about 2 cups of coffee per day was associated with a 12% lower risk of death from any cause. But here's the really interesting part. Both caffeinated and decaffeinated coffee show similar benefits, which tells you that caffeine is probably not the main driver here, and the benefit seems to come from other compounds in the coffee bean itself, specifically polyphenols and chlorogenic acid. So polyphenols are plant-based compounds that are antioxidants. That means they help neutralize free radicals, which are unstable molecules that damage cells over time. Think of them like sparks. Antioxidants help put those sparks out before they can start a fire and cause more damage. And chlorogenic acid works alongside that, and it also helps reduce inflammation, and it helps regulate blood sugar. Now,
Yeah, so he's telling you coffee ain't as bad as they make it out to be, you guys. Coffee ain't that bad. Let's keep going.
Doing more for your biology than most people realize. Just keep it simple. Try not to add any sugar or flavored syrups.
Yeah, not too much of that. Oh yeah, he said it's okay for me to have coffee. Guys, go out there to Dunkin' Donuts and have a Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity drink. It'd be all brown, all tan with all that sugar in it. Whipped cream on top, please. No, we ain't talking about that. Talking about real ground coffee, some good stuff that you guys actually sourced from a good place. You know what I mean? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because also I keep on telling you guys, and I tell myself this as well. Boogotti, get outside. You got to get around people. You can't just be a hermit. I didn't know that adds more time to your life. I might just go out and join a gym, be in a basketball team or something. Check this out, y'all. Check this out.
Just let the compounds in a drink do their job. Now, let's get to the part that almost never comes up in longevity conversations, even though it probably should. Because one of the strongest predictors of how long you live is not a food or a supplement, it's the quality of your social connections. And the effect here is much bigger than most people realize. There's a meta-analysis that looked at data from more than 300,000 people across multiple countries. And social isolation was associated with a 33% higher risk of death. And then persistent loneliness was associated with a 57% higher risk.
So all that loneliness, and I understand that people, you feel a certain way. You probably don't want to be around people, but guess what? You actually have a longer chance of living if you get out there and get around some more people. Join a couple of groups. Go outside and make a go get on a basketball team. Walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, you guys got opening for another player." Start getting some interaction going out there so that you're not always by yourself. You deserve to actually have some communication and to be social with people as well. It's fair to you.
And that's different from isolation because you can be surrounded by people all day and still feel lonely. And here's why this matters so much. Chronic isolation keeps your nervous system in a more stressed state. It keeps that flight or flight system turned on. I think of it like an alarm that never fully shuts off. And over time, that low-grade stress accelerates the same pathways that drive heart disease and diabetes and dementia. And this is probably why the Million Veteran Program study included positive social connection as one of its 8 longevity factors. Same tier as sleep and not smoking. But it rarely gets talked about, probably because you can't put it in a bottle, and because for many of us, it's easier said than done. But the payoff is huge. So what does this look like on a normal morning? Well, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Instead of starting the day in isolation, like scrolling on your phone or jumping straight to work, turn that into a quick conversation with your partner. Or sit down for a few minutes to have a family breakfast instead of eating on the go to save time. Or it could be a short walk with your neighbor or a 5-minute phone call with someone you haven't checked in with in a while. It doesn't need to be long, but it does need to be real. Because the data suggests this is one of the most powerful longevity signals you can build into your life. Okay, the next habit costs nothing, and it can take as little as 10 minutes, but it has a huge effect on how your body functions for the rest of the day, and that is getting morning sunlight. So the simpler version of
Morning sunlight, you need it to be actually, I like sunlight because it uplifts my spirit. I can almost feel the vitamins on my skin. I like the warmth of it, and it lets me know that there's a new day. So I love the morning sunlight. Let's keep on going, you guys.
try to get outside in the morning, especially that first 30-minute window after waking up, or at the very least, sit near a bright window, because the first light signal your body receives each morning helps set the biological tone for everything that follows, especially your sleep later that night. Deep inside your brain, there's a small structure called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or the SCN. This is your master body clock. It helps you control when you feel alert or when you feel sleepy, when your hormones rise and fall.
You guys, who's that right there? Collective says, I love to sit in the back with the cats, the trees of the three of us soaking up the sun, drinking milk from the farm. Yeah, real cool. That was Jack that said that part.
Or when repair processes happen in your body, and the main signal that sets the clock for all this is morning.
Another person, I like getting up before the sun so I can catch it early. Very healthy. See?
Sunlight. And when that morning sunlight hits specialized receptors in your eyes, so these would be receptors that are separate from the ones you use for vision. Well, this is when your brain gets the message that the day has started and your cortisol rises, which in the morning is a good thing. And it helps you wake up and be more alert. Your body temperature starts to climb. And
your cortisol rises. That's a good thing.
And this is very important. A timer starts for melatonin release later that night, usually about 12 to 16 hours later. And that matters because melatonin is the hormone that tells your body it's time for sleep. Many people think of melatonin as something you take in a pill, but your body actually makes it naturally. And the timing of that melatonin release depends a lot on when your eyes saw the light earlier in the day. So if you get outside around 7 in the morning, you're helping to program your body to feel sleepy around 9 or 10 that night. And that can mean falling asleep faster and sleeping more deeply and waking up feeling more rested. And sleep quality matters a lot. There's several different meta-analyses that pull data from over 1.5 million people, and they found that sleeping less than 7 hours per night was associated with a 14% higher risk of death.
Keep on moving forward, you guys. Keep going.
Times brighter and has a higher lux number than anything you get in.
So that was the light. Now we got to keep on doing it. Now we're going to try to put these things together because he said a couple of things. He said eat a certain way. He said to go outside in the sun. Said probably do some running or something like that, because they're talking about doing running as well, moving. Go outside for a while. Don't just stay and look at the sun. If you can go walk as well, now you're doing two things at the same time. You're bringing in the sun, you're getting all the benefits from that, as well as the motion. And if you want to be more social as well, have a friend walk with you. Now you're doing two, three things at the same time. You're killing two birds with one stone.
Side. Now let's build directly on that, because if you're already outside getting morning light, this is the perfect time to stack one more habit on top of it, and that is walking. And when I say walking, I want to be clear about what the data actually requires here.
Thank you,
because it's
Jonathan.
a lot less than what most people think. There's a landmark study out of Taiwan that followed over 400,000 people, and they found that walking just 15 minutes a day, or 92 minutes per week, reduced the risk of death from any cause by 14% and extended life expectancy by 3 years compared to being inactive. So this is a huge return on your time commitment for something as simple as a 15-minute walk. And there was a more recent study from last year. It was called the Southern Community Cohort Study. They followed near 85,000 adults, and they found that fast walking for just 15 minutes a day was associated with almost 20% lower risk of death. So
Miss Keisha says, I'm taking a break to walk now. We got to do that. That's right. No, I leave the hard stuff alone. We care about your health on our bottom line. That's right, Liberty. That's why we do what we do over here. And we did the research first in many different categories.
Different population, different researchers, but same basic finding. And here's the part that's really worth paying attention to. There was no minimum threshold people had to hit before they started seeing benefits. The biggest drop in risk happened when people went from doing nothing to doing something. Even a small amount of movement made a real difference. A meta-analysis that was published earlier this year found that increasing moderate activity by just 5 minutes a day, so going from 1 minute to 6 minutes, was associated with a 30% lower mortality risk. So this is where the routine really starts to stack. The Million Veteran Program included both physical activity and stress management as 2 of its 8 longevity factors. So if you take a walk outside in natural morning light, you're already combining 3 things at once. Circadian anchoring from morning sunlight, and physical activity, and stress reduction. And if you do that walk with your partner or a friend or a neighbor, well, now you're adding social connection as well. So just one brisk 15-minute walk every morning can touch 4 different longevity factors all at once. Now let's talk about the first real meal of the day, because what you eat in the morning really sets the tone for everything that follows later that day. Here's the pattern I see all the time. So someone wakes up and has a toast or a sweetened yogurt or a granola bar, or sometimes nothing at all. And they feel okay for an hour or two, and then
I was watching this earlier. I was like, yo, I can't do that. I went in there and got me some oatmeal. I eat McCann's oatmeal. It's very good and very good for you. So if anyone's looking for an instant or a really good oatmeal, look up McCann's. It's really good for you. I've done the research already.
crash hard around 10 or 11 a.m.
The reason I did that is because of what he said. I don't want to crash hard by like 10 or 11 from not eating breakfast. You guys notice that when you don't eat breakfast, you crash even harder like 10 or 11. So I made sure that I ate this morning.
Or sometimes nothing at all. And they feel okay for an hour or two, and then crash hard around 10 or 11 a.m. They're tired and hungry and already looking for a snack. That is not a willpower problem, it's a blood sugar problem. And it often spills into the rest of the day, including nighttime hunger. When you eat refined carbohydrates like pastries or many cereals or granola bars without protein or fiber, glucose enters the bloodstream very quickly. And insulin rises quickly. And then the rapid spike is often followed by a fast drop, which then leaves you tired and hungry.
That's like when you eat in the morning, when you eat like pancakes with syrup and all of that extra stuff like that. Even that, it's heavy on you, but it doesn't really stick there because of all of that. Honestly, the processed, ultra processedness of the food as well. That's why I keep on stressing to our people, that whoever's here, please stay away from stuff like what do they call it now? It's not Aunt Jemima anymore. It's like Pearl Milling Company, stuff like that. Don't eat any of those quick pancake batters. All of those Eggo waffles and things like that, highly ultra processed. You guys, we got to find better stuff with better grains, closer to what we really need to be eating. Because if not, you got to realize all of those ultra processed foods that we're eating Our bodies can't process it. And it's skipping a lot of levels of the digestion, and we're getting nothing from it with a little bit of sugar. And if you look at that whole thing of syrup, it's all corn syrup, corn syrup. That's all it is, with flavoring and with coloring in it. Please think of syrup like that from now on when you look at it. If it's not maple syrup, I guarantee you it's mostly corn syrup or some other sort of syrup with flavoring in it and sugar.
And just stuck in the same cycle every couple of hours. This is why it's so important to get protein and fiber with your breakfast, because this is what helps you break that cycle. They slow down gastric emptying, meaning food moves out of your stomach a little bit more slowly, which then flattens the glucose curve. And protein and fiber help you support hormones involved in appetite regulation, including GLP-1.
Yes, if you have protein and fiber, that means you're actually getting sustenance inside of your meal, not one of those quick meals where you just feel okay for 15 minutes and then you're starving again. That's why that clock comes back in about by 10, 11 o'clock. It ain't even lunchtime yet. And now you're spending more money because whatever you had for breakfast wasn't no good or you skipped it.
Which is one of the same pathways used by drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy, except here your body is doing it naturally in response to foods. Protein also matters because it helps preserve muscle, and muscle is one of the most important tissues in your body for blood sugar control because muscle can absorb glucose very efficiently, even without insulin. And fiber adds another layer. It helps support your gut microbiome, and it helps improve both your blood sugar and cholesterol. So a simple way to build both of those in is a morning shake. That's probably going to be your most time efficient option. You can use protein powder as the base and then add high fiber ingredients like chia seeds or flax seeds or small amounts of psyllium husk. So chia seeds will give you about 10 grams of fiber per ounce, and flax seeds will give you about 8 grams, and they'll also provide you with omega-3 fats. And psyllium is one of the most concentrated fiber sources out there, and it's about 7 grams per tablespoon. One quick word of caution though, if your body is not used to too much fiber, do not jump in too fast. So you want to start small and build up gradually, because otherwise you can get a lot of bloating or GI discomfort. And make sure you're hydrating well. Please check the label. Terms like whole grain and multigrain can sometimes be misleading.
One thing I want to tell you guys about, anytime you're looking for breads, anything that says enriched, put it right back down. It's no good.
And a lot of food companies use it to their advantage. Some of those breads still have very little fiber and have the same fiber content as white bread. So a simple rule to follow is for every 10 grams of carbohydrates, you want at least 1 gram of fiber. So if your bread has 30 grams of carbs per slice, you should have at least 3 grams of fiber. And ideally, you want to push that fiber number even higher, up to 4 or 5 grams per slice. Now, if you put all those things together, you've already touched on 5 of those 8 longevity factors from the Million Veteran Program study. And if you also don't smoke and don't drink excessive amounts of alcohol, well, now you're at 7 out of 8, all before 9 in the morning. And as always, you don't need a perfect routine to see some benefit. Some days you'll do all 5, and some days you'll only do 2, but even 2 or 3 of those done consistently can compound into many more healthy years over time.
Same thing I tell you guys about when it comes down to carcinogens and us trying to make sure that we pay attention to the ingredients in our products. Because if they're bad ingredients in the hair products, bad ingredients in the food products, bad ingredients when it comes down to whatever we're using for as our lotions, bad ingredients in the toothpaste. And a lot of these ingredients have to do with cancerous causing things. If we got 4 or 5 different things that's coming at us in a bad way, there's a possibility of us containing or contracting some of those diseases. Why not try to flip it the other way? Do good stuff. Can't do everything, but try to do one thing here, 2 things there. Add this to your drink. Add this to your next workout. Yes, bring people along when it comes down to working out, and get the hell out the house so much by yourself. Get around some people, get some social networking going on, not only on the internet, even if you got to join a book club or something. Get out there and join a soccer league.
I hope this was helpful. Stay healthy. I'll see you in the next one.
And yes,
most people think
we got to get back to who this doctor is, because I'm sure that a lot of people want to know what this information derived from and where we got it from. We already subscribed to him here at our bottom line. But I want you guys to know, add a decade to your life with the simple morning routine. Doctor explains. And again, it's Leonid, Leon, is in Nancy, ID, Leonid Kim. His last name is Kim, just like my doctor. My dentist name is Mr. Kim. My dentist name is Kim. And yes, MD. So yes, we're already subscribed here, and this is also where we get a lot more information from. So yeah, you guys, that is definitely what we want to bring to you guys for our health and wellness section. And we hope that you got a lot out of it, not just when it came down to foods and different things like that. I did realize yesterday a lot of people didn't like the sardines, and a lot of people did get a lot from it. So I did want to give you guys kind of a medium where we can find other things to bring in and other things to make a positive effect on our lives. So hopefully you guys got it. Let's keep on moving forward, because now we got to talk about this grumpy old street cat. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but look at his reactions. It's kind of cool when it comes down to how he respects and appreciates kindness. We got a grumpy old street cat who has hilarious responses when he was saved. Check this out.
He always had this brusque mannerism. He was always hissing at us, but we fell in love with his grumpy old man charms. Behind my building was a colony of cats, who in 2021 I started taking notice of and realized that a couple of them looked sick and underfed and emaciated. My husband and I started looking at resources, being like, oh, someone needs to save these cats, and discovered that in New York City, there really are municipal animal shelter won't help feral outdoor cats. It's even difficult to get them to initiate spay-neuter for these cats.
Yeah.
So I got TNR certified and started feeding this colony.
She went and got certified so that she can take care of the colony.
Junior was a long-term member of this colony. We've had Junior outside for 3 years. But there came a time where we realized we had to move apartments, and I didn't want to leave Junior behind. He was an older cat, and the idea of what would happen to Junior truly kept my husband and I up at night. So I started reaching out to friends, and Alexia answered my plea for help of, can somebody take Junior and relocate him to their home? And Alexia agreed. She does. I brought him in. And of course, he was very grumpy boy.
His face looked grumpy. He looked like a little grumpy cat, right?
But I knew that that was all in front, and he was actually probably the sweetest boy.
Yeah, he likes that.
That's exactly what happened.
First human touch. He liked that. He liked that. Look. He liked that. Now he want more. Look.
Socializing him maybe end of January, and within about 4 months, even before then, I even think 2 months in, he was already showing the soft, mushy side of him. He would still smack churro on my hands, but he was totally loving the patch. And I just kept working with him where I got him used to trusting people. Junior is living with his new adopted mom, and he has a cat brother who's also a senior named Pippin, and they bonded and are best friends. I love you, Judy.
He got a brother named Pippin, like Scottie Pippen. That was cool. Yeah, I like that one. I like it so much I want to play another one. Stick with me, you guys, because we got this Colorado football player who finds a dog and a cat while he was hiking. You think he left the cat? Who's going to take care of the cat and the dog? He got a whole family now, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. Never expect this to happen, huh?
After I found the dog, 2 seconds later, this little thing walked up.
He said, I walked up on a dog, and 2 seconds later, this little thing walks up. And he already got it in his hoodie pocket. Y'all see this?
And I don't know what to do with them. So I came to the mountains to just have a good time and clear my mind. And I find this random dog. No owner around. Just my car. Nobody else. And after I find the dog, come here. After I find the dog, 2 seconds later, this little thing walks up. I'm gonna take him to the shelter, but this little guy's like 2 years old.
I don't see anybody around. There's no other car. It's just me. I don't know what to do. I've never really had animals like that, so it was kind of just a shock.
And there's a poop dog out here. What are you doing out here?
I knew the dog in a bad condition. I knew her hair wasn't supposed to be like that, so I kind of figured I have to do the right thing. She needs help. I took him home, and I knew first I needed to give him baths. They just needed to decompress and just let them rest until the Humane Society opened.
The dog was just happy to be there. The cat was just tired. I put the kids to bed.
As far as the cat,
The dog was just happy to be there. The cat was just tired. Then he said, I put the kids to bed.
she's still in foster care right now.
I think we're gonna adopt a dog.
When we got to the Humane Society,
He said, I think I'm going to adopt a dog.
they checked for microchips, so they reached out to our owners, and no word was given back.
I'm not trying to be a stepfather. I'm trying to be a father that's stepdad. So one, yeah, it's a girl. Two, I got her. So I just got my girl. I decided to name her Angel, and I'm gonna run errands to go get her stuff for the house. We just got her home, and she seems to still like the couch for some reason.
And as soon as I brought her home from the Humane Society, she pretty much just decompressed. I believe she needed to rest. I don't believe she got me when she was up there. After the week went by, her character came out finally. Angel, you want mice? For the most part, it's fairly easy to balance my student and athlete life with my dog dad's life. My mornings are always hectic with football. I wake up about 6. I take her out about 6:15. Started meeting at 7, and from 7 to about 11, I got weights, practice, and meetings all through that time. After that, I immediately come home, spend about an hour or two with her.
What's up, mamas? What's up, mamas? What's up, my pretty girl?
She's definitely with me all the time. She just loves her. Daddy, love her. Daddy. Some people might be worried about that. I love my dog with me. That's my daughter. My favorite thing to do with her for sure is dance. She just bops with me. I'm shaking my hair and everything. She's pretty much doing the same with her ears, so it's real fun.
We're gonna put it on, mamas. Look.
Now the world loves her. I guess they prove character outside of just being an athlete. It's definitely cool. She sparked a new outlet in me. She's fun. I love her. She makes my day. We do everything together. She makes my day better. She makes me feel a lot better not being just totally alone.
I don't know if you guys noticing, but she got real spoiled real fast. He bought her a whole bunch of stuff. Homegirl got on a Chanel print sweater. She had on a necklace. She had on different color coordinations. She's like, yeah, well, this is my daughter now. That was crazy. I don't know. He didn't get to keep the kitten because the kitten was in foster care. But I like the fact that he went back and got the dog. He was like, that's my daughter now. And we hang out all day. You guys, you know how we do over here. We love stories like that because we love to have a good feeling as we go out to continue our day. It's Thursday. You guys know what we got to do, right? We got to get those prayers in the air for us before we get up out of here. But the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I get my promo out before you guys try to slide up out of here. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Show Your Talent search that we're doing in New York, Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. And if you win, boom, you can get $250 coming directly from Big Drip Hard Punch. And I'm your host, Boogotti NYC. I will be there at the actual talent show. One of the judges too. So hopefully you guys win. And if you win, boom, you get $250. Please don't think it's just about singing and dancing or whatever. It's a talent show. What do you do that's talented? Can you paint? Can you cook? Can you do a wheelie? Can you do a backflip and land on your hand? Something like that. That's talent. We want to see it because if you win, boom, and then you got to go against everybody else who plays and see if you can win $1,000. How do you be a part of the Show Your Talent search? All you got to do is go over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. And as Miss Swanza always says, if you want to get lit, drink Big Drip. 14% alcohol by volume, each can. We're not talking about those little cutties. We're talking about 12 ounces here. You only need one. Trust me. Freeze it a little bit. It makes its own ice. You don't got to add ice. Trust me, you want to be a part of the team, you want to go and be a part of the Show Your Talent search, all you got to do is go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's 2 G's and 2 P's. Put your name and your email inside of the post notification area, and we will keep you posted on where we're going to be at. And before we get out of here this Thursday, We know we got to get those prayers in the air for every single person that's here. I want to tell the Lord I appreciate being able to make it another day, being able to be here with my family and my co-hosts and all of my friends for one of the best shows that I've ever seen and I've ever been a part of. That's right, you guys, because to you, I'm a co-host. To everybody else, I'm the host. But to me, I feel like I'm co-hosting here. And this is our show, Our Bottom Line. I want to pray for every single person here to have great health for the day. I would love to see you back here tomorrow with the same conditions and no problems, not a scratch on you. I want to pray for your family. I want to pray for your animals. I want to pray for happiness. One other thing that we want to see and we want to always pray for you guys, and I hope you saw it in that last video, it was the word love. And if you notice, love conquered in that video and it really prevailed. That's why I always add the word love to our prayer because of the power of it. Let's keep on moving forward for Four Gifted. Still happy. We're praying for you. Mike, we're praying for you as well as Miss Swanza and 55 Coffee House. Miss Collective, Colessa, we're praying for you. Miss Swanza, Ad Reigns, Liberty and Justice, Zion's Choice, Jeffrey Spilker, Miss Keisha. Who else we got in there? Rebecca Lanya and Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids. Also, we got Irma, Colessa, Frederick, Lunchbox, Audrey, Jeff, Mike, Guy, Winter, Miss Swanza, Irma. Who else we got? Miss Keisha. I see we got Jeffrey Spilker in here with Colessa, Jack B. For Real 3M, Mary Tanner. Also, can't forget about Mark Dorfman, Miss Swanza, Zion's Choice, Irma. Can't forget about Sam Champion, Jordan. I can't forget about Mark Dorfman. Can't forget about Jeffrey Spilker. Liberty and Justice. Thank you so much. We doing it, girl. We getting through it, and we gonna keep on moving forward. Miss Swanza, thank you always for showing up. Batty Lynn, Rebecca Lanya, and Bueno. Can't forget about Vincent. Who's that? Vincenta. And I see you add Reigns. I'm not gonna let you get by without making sure you get your prayer. Zion's Choice. That's right, you guys. Also, Mega Dub. Gotta make sure we show love to Mega Dub. Can't forget about Dot Focus. Can't forget about Jordan. Teddy, God bless my brother Teddy as well. Can't forget about him. Making sure that everybody gets in this prayer because we want to make sure that everybody's covered today because there's power in numbers and there's power in prayer. Checked out for real. 55 Coffee House, Lisa. There you go. Appreciate you too, Jeffrey. Amen. That's right, you guys. We did it. We made it. That was Thursday's episode. I'm hoping you guys appreciate it. I really pray that you got a lot of content and a lot of information from the news as well as the updates when it comes down to the health and wellness section. This, of course, is going to be your last time to double tap that screen, get those likes up. I will be checking the numbers. If we made it to 400, I'll be sending stuff out. So you guys, you see 400, go ahead and send me your email address. Your addresses to mail. But if we haven't met it, I apologize. We'll try again tomorrow when it comes down to the keychains as well as the decals. I got to get to work. I got more trending topics. I got to get on a whole new show to build up current events and much, much more. And hopefully, Lord spares our life. We'll be right back here tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the morning for Our Bottom Line to do this all over again. And guess what? Y'all know what I'm going to say, right? Y'all could have went anywhere. But the matter of fact, hold on a minute. If you want to keep this going on, all you guys got to do is go on over to Discord and you will continue to be with each other. This does not stop. Trust me. I pick up this phone right now. I go on Discord. Bloop, 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 bloop. You guys never have to leave if you want to really be a part of each other's lives and the way that we built our family over here, that we can chime in and support each other. Also, I like to see you guys putting up other supportive things on the Discord. Go on over to Discord and join Our Bottom Line. That's it, you guys. And you'll be able to hang out with all of your people here and keep the story and keep the chat going. It's your boy Boogotti NYC, Our Bottom Line Thursday. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow, Friday, payday. Uh-oh, we get paid tomorrow. You guys can't wait to see it in. I'm going to start begging for some money. Nah, I'm just kidding. But you guys know what I'm going to say. Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So you know what I'm going to say, right? Get 'em! See you guys tomorrow. Peace.